on the air live on Fox Sports Net from gorgeous Edison International Field of Anaheim. It's the final game of this three-game set as the Angels look to get the broom out. It's the Red Sox and your Anaheim Angels. This is Angels in the infield. Hello again, everybody, and welcome once again. I'm Bill McDonald. The Wonder Dog Rex Hudler is alongside, and we're here for the next half hour. We got a great show lined up, so don't go anywhere. But we've got to talk about last night. Rex, without question, and I mean without question, that was the best game of the year last night. There have been some walk-off home runs. There have been some great comebacks, but that beat them all.
What a thrill. If you missed last night, shake yourself, as you were entertained. 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's all you had to eat popcorn and drink your cold drinks. It was a pitching affair that was beautiful. I was nervous up there calling the game. I was like, whoa, I hope he doesn't give up the home run. You know, you always worry about that, but the kid showed great composure against his hero, and it was a storybook game.
And we're going to talk to Ramon Ortiz a little bit later on in matter just a couple of minutes. But one more thing before we get to your story tonight is the fact that the Angels are crawling back into the wild card race. And that's the important thing. Maybe Seattle's a little too far ahead right now, but that wild card race is definitely within sight.
It is in sight, and as far as Seattle goes, hey.
You never know.
I was on a team in 1995, I think it was.
Don't remind us.
Yes. You never know. Things can happen. But you shore up your pitching staff. Ramon could be their future #1 guy. If you let these other kids follow, mature. Benji Molina's doing a great job with him. Mike Scioscia, whoa, he's fabulous. And you play some better defense. You got to be tight out there. You got to concentrate. You never know. There's plenty of time left.
But you're beating teams that are ahead of you or right next to you with the Red Sox, and then with the A's losing a couple of thrillers. They're crawling back in. Ramon Ortiz, what a game last night. We will recap it. We will talk to Ramon. We will just break it down every which way. Matt Wise, Cal State Fullerton, Pepperdine University. He's making his first start this evening. Benji Molina. Boy, how good has he been stepping into the #1 role behind the dish, and we'll have a feature and some great plays of the week in Major League Baseball. So, as always, we've got a full show for you. But right now, before we get to the highlights of last night, it is story time with my partner.
Had to flash back to some fun times. It was back in Boston. Excuse me. The Boston Red Sox, Fenway Park. I've never hit a home run off the Green Monster. As a matter of fact, during batting practice, Bill, I couldn't even hit the wall. I was intimidated. The thing was so big. It was tall. It looked like a skyscraper.
Not that big.
The young left-hander making his Major League debut, I forget his name, was facing us that day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to break this kid in. I'm going to hit one over the monster. He hung me a curveball. I hit it up. You have to get it up high, or it won't go out. It went over, and as I ran to second base, it went out. Excuse me, I got a frog. I'm getting froggy.
Sand frog.
It is sand frog. It went over into the net, and as I rounded second, I go, oh, Hud, slow down a little bit. Don't ruin the moment. You just went over the Green Monster. I'll never forget it.
So you did a Bucky Dent, went right into the net.
It was so exciting, you know, heck, just to say this, just for bragging rights, that you could say you went over the monster.
I can't believe that you don't remember the kid's name. You hit it over there. That was a monumental moment.
You know, after that game, they sent him packing.
Sorry. Oops. GM brings you the highlights of last night's incredible pitching performance by both Martinez and Ortiz. Go.
It was fabulous. This kid had a big smile before the game because he was facing his hero, Pedro Martinez, the best right-hander in the game. And it was early. Troy O'Leary's getting a taste of that 95-mile-an-hour fastball by Ortiz. He had great command all night. And you got to go, Brian Dahlback. That was some filthy slider and changeup he used to complement that fastball. Pedro, on the other hand, he's the best. He's the best right-handed pitcher in the game. But he makes mistakes. Upstream's Tim Salmon steps up, uses his hands, and drove that over for a 1-run lead, and that was huge. He went upstream and back a screeno. Big run. Ortiz was able to settle down. Erstad, whoa, you can't touch that. The best hitter in the game can't even hit that filthy slider. It's Garrett Anderson, though, comes up big with a game-winning RBI single, which it turned out to be, scores Palmeiro. Clutch batting. Here it is again. O'Leary, though, he rifles one, the hardest ball hit all night. Palmeiro places perfectly off the wall, makes a good throw. Benji Molina with a tag. He touched him on the backside, but the umpire didn't see it. He calls him safe. Benji Gill begs, I got him, I got him. And here's Ortiz again. Carl Everett, this could be it. He's pointing. He's 1 out away from beating his hero. All-time game. Yes! And the crowd went crazy, and I was one of them. It was a beautiful thing. Pedro, the class act that he is, was very proud of his young protege, and we are so happy to have him as a guest tonight.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and when we come back without an interpreter, we're going to have Ramon Ortiz with us live to talk about last night's great moment for that young man right there when we return on Angels in the Infield. Stay with us.
下一则新闻是今天下午进行的中原总决赛，
大家都在观看着、等待着这一个激动的时刻到来。啊，这位选手，他已经做好准备了，大家报以热烈的掌声。他已经做好了准备活动，两个眼睛紧紧地盯着这棵树，他正在做着准备活动。他先向以前的长者行着礼。啊，两位勇士还在继续发中。
Carl's Jr. Without us, some guys would starve. The new charbroiled sourdough ranch burger.
Although GTE has become Verizon,
Tandem axle double rear loader!
rest assured, our dedicated service fleet isn't going anywhere. GTE is now Verizon.
Fox Sports Net is proud to present Angels in the Infield, brought to you by Carl's Jr., the big, juicy, charbroiled Carl's Jr. superstar. Without us, some guys would starve. And by Austin Taylor, custom wardrobe design located across the street from Edison Field at State College and Gene Autry Way. Benji Molina in a little bit will have a feature on the man who's changed his number. He certainly is #1 as far as catchers are concerned right now with the Angels. But we're going to take a little time out now. Carl's Jr. brings you, as always, Ask the HUD.
Hi, I'm Pat from San Bernardino. Hey, Rex, which pitcher beamed you the hardest in your career?
Hey, Pat, you must be spending too much time on the surf, pal. You know, when you get beamed, you get domed. That means hit in the head. When you get hit in the rest of your body, you're drilled, you're plunked, you're hit. I got beamed one time in my head, and it was by Scott Ruffcorn. 90-mile-an-hour fastball hit me right under the ear flap, and man, it hurt. Did I go down and lay on the ground and moan and groan? No, I couldn't give him satisfaction that he hurt me, but it hurt.
See, you forgot who you hit the home run off of, but you don't forget who beans you.
You got that right.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, last night's game, as I mentioned, was the best game of the year so far. To watch, to witness, and probably to play in also, with Pedro Martinez and our guest Ramon Ortiz, a couple of great pitchers from the Dominican going at it. Friends. Pedro, of course, is Ramon's hero. And we welcome Ramon now with us live. And we're going to get through this now without an interpreter, although we got some help here standing by just in case. I'm going to ask you the first question, Ramon. Last night, though, biggest thrill of your life, was it not going up against Pedro?
Yes, my first question is, he feel very good, you know, the Pedro Martinez is a very good pitcher, and the #1 pitcher in the world. You know, I'm very happy he went in the Pedro Martinez.
That's wonderful. When you called home and talked to your mother, what did she say?
Oh my God, everybody happy in Dominica, big party in Dominica.
I love it.
Everybody happy, my mom, my father. I call everybody, my girlfriend, my cousin, everybody he called last night. No sleep last night, nothing.
That is beautiful. What a game. It was so fun to call. Now Pedro. Look at, I called you Pedro.
Yeah.
Ramon.
Little Pedro. Little Pedro.
Ramon. Do you feel like, after what you showed last night, that you can be a big part of this team?
Oh, yes. It's a big party last night. Yeah, everybody happy in the clubhouse. Everybody happy. Everybody, hey, good job. You know, everybody.
But you had some good pitches last night. What was your best pitch?
My best pitch last night, my controls, #1, my fastball on the inside, outside, my sliders, he throw for a try, my changer, he throw for a try, every pitch for a try, you know. Also because in the good game last night, he throw a lot of try in the game.
How do you like throwing to Benji Molina?
Yeah, Benji Molina is very good. Very good catcher, you know. He outside, inside, no checking the sign, you know. He give him the fastball, he throw fastball. He never checking the sign. He's quick game. He's game very good last night.
Oh, I was so excited. And you know what was the best? When you walked off the field, you tipped your hat to the crowd. That was so professional.
Oh, yeah.
Nice move.
Yeah, for my fan. I love my fan. I love him so much.
What did you learn by watching Pedro last night, your hero?
Yeah, he learned too much. You know, he watched Pedro the whole game. He watched Pedro. You know, I love it. This guy when he pitched. I love it, Pedro. You know, Pedro easy. He good concentration. The hitter, every hitter. You know, he told me today. He said he very good game last night. Good concentration. You know, he told me a lot of questions today in the BP.
So in batting practice, you talked to him, and he was proud of you.
Yeah, he gave me the jazz. He said, hey, I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
That's wonderful. When you started warming up last night, you guys hugged. That's okay. That's beautiful. What did he tell you?
He told me, he said, and Pedro told me, and I said, good job for you, man. I show pride for you. He told me today, he said, it's a very good game.
I am so proud of you. Thank you for being on our show tonight, and all the best to you in the future.
How do you do? Come on, give him a hand.
Thank you very much.
An awesome job. Awesome job.
You get a nice gift certificate to Austin Taylor, so you can go buy you some nice clothes, even though you already have some nice clothes.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Great job. Great job. Great job. See, he's having fun. He's got to do more of these. Interpreters, be gone.
No need no more.
What a game last night. We thank Ramon Ortiz. We thank my man, Rex Hudler. You're done.
Have a good one, Billy Mack.
You can leave, my man. All right, Steve Fiziak and Rex Hudler. When we come back after this, we talked about Benji Molina. Now we'll take a closer look at the young catcher on the Anaheim Angels when we return on Fox Sports Network.
Although GTE has become Verizon,
Tandem Axle Double Rear Loader!
rest assured, our dedicated service fleet isn't going anywhere. GTE is now Verizon.
Emergen-C, the champagne of nutritional drinks, now available in natural, tropical flavors. Emergen-C, the new effervescent drink mix super energy booster that forms mineral ascorbates, the real vitamin C. Emergen-C is also available in a variety of flavors wherever health foods are sold. Visit our website at www.alicer.com.
Health Matters, brought to you by Saddleback Memorial Medical Center.
Work together with your doctor. Come prepared with questions, plus information about your health history. Write down any problems you may be experiencing and tell the doctor your medications with their dosage. It's good to do outside research, but use caution and review it with your doctor. This way you'll know if it applies to you.
Working as a team helped me treat my problems successfully. Today, I've got a beautiful baby boy to prove it.
For a free family health kit, call Saddleback today.
Sports coverage from every angle. The National Sports Report after the game.
Ramon reveling in it. Really still on that high from last night. We hope that he can continue it throughout the year. And Benji Molina will be there each and every step of the way, helping out the great young pitcher for the Angels to see if he can finally fulfill that potential that the Angels have been hoping that they can see since they tabbed him in the organization. Now, Benji Molina, we knew about his defensive skills, his great gun, but it's been the bat that's been a huge surprise. Take a look at an Angels budding star.
The year was 1995 when a young Tim Salmon took American League Rookie of the Year honors, becoming the only player in franchise history to win the award. This season, the Angels have two candidates for the award: second baseman Adam Kennedy and catcher Benji Molina.
All I'm thinking is winning that game in that specific day. Like today, I take today just to win. Do my job, getting the guy over, getting the guy in. I take day by day, inning by inning, hitter by hitter. It's easier that way. If you start thinking about the Rookie of the Year, I mean, they're going to say that in November. So that's nothing to worry about now. Let's try to win every game we can and try to make it to a playoff and let them make that choice.
Benji Molina is a catcher that's really taken the job and run with it. I think he has an understanding of what a championship caliber club needs from a catcher, and we need that solid defense, that pitch calling ability, handling the pitcher, that durability, and he's passed every test with flying colors and keeps getting better and better with that part of it.
The staff Molina is handling this year includes 2 starters, Scott Schoenweiss and Seth Etherton, who made their first major league starts this season.
People don't give them any credit, and it's too bad because they're real good. They're young, but they're good. I mean, they're doing their job and they're proving themselves. So I think they just need probably the rest of the year to get experience, and then they'll be ready for next year. So I think people should be understandable for that point, that they're young, but they should give them a chance. They're pretty good.
Can't say enough about him. You know, he doesn't act like a rookie. He doesn't play like a rookie. You know, it's a label I think they put on guys, but no one really understands how well he's really been playing. And you know, this is the first time I really got to throw to him. Privilege for me, and you know, he's made my starts a lot easier. I think for a lot of the other guys too.
For all Molina's done behind the plate, most impressive maybe is his offense, hammering 12 home runs after never hitting more than 10 in a season his entire pro career.
I think in my mind, all I'm trying to do is hit the ball hard. If I hit it hard, some of them probably gonna go out, and some of them are gonna go through for a base hit or something. And at least I feel good about it. At least I feel good that I hit the ball hard all day. That's all I want to do, is hit the ball hard.
What we didn't expect was this tremendous offensive output he's given us of the home runs, the RBIs, clutch hitting, has hit righties, lefties, all pitchers, and we didn't quite expect, we knew he could hit, we didn't quite expect that type of offensive productivity, but he's getting an opportunity, something he's never really had over the last 3-4 years, and he's making the most of it.
No one on this year's Angels team is benefiting more from having former catcher Mike Scioscia for a manager.
I could say it's probably the best thing that happened to me so far, just because he understands the game from behind the plate. So he knows what's going on behind the plate, every single thing. If you miss a ball, if you probably call a bad pitch, he knows everything. So he's been helping me a lot. He's been telling me what I do wrong, what I do right, and what should I do, what shouldn't I do. So he's been on me all year. So I think this is the best thing that happened to me, just having him in my corner.
By the way, who goofed? I've got to know. We did. Somewhere in the writing and the editing process of that last feature, Tim Salmon was credited with the Rookie of the Year in 1995. It was back in 1993. So we stand corrected. Whatever. Benji Molina's having a great year. And so is Tim Salmon, by the way, with now what, 25 home runs on the season. 25? Yeah, 25 home runs and nearly a 300 average. He's absolutely on fire. Countdown continues when we come back after this. Plays of the week in Major League Baseball as we roll on Angels in the Infield.
Couple the longest-lasting full-size pickup with overall the most powerful line of engines, plus a big cash allowance, and you've got Dodge Ram, the truck California LOVE loves.
California, let's go!
Burger, fries, and a Coke. Don't bother me. I'm eating. The charbroiled superstar at Carl's Jr.
You know, the one with the little beads at the end. So anyway, yeah, I was wearing that, and it got caught in the escalator. I had got caught in the escalator. Yeah, and John was laughing hysterically.
Although GTE has become Verizon,
The opening was so funny because we had the adjoining rooms and everything. And I had, oh, yeah, I know. Oh,
rest assured,
you should have been there. Like we were
all your local, regional toll and long-distance calling services will remain uninterrupted.
Claire doesn't do anything unless, you know, someone edges her off.
Sorry, Dad. GTE is now Verizon.
You know, me and you definitely have to talk.
Now, Southern California has a nightly sports report dedicated to hometown teams, Home Team Highlights. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news dedicated to your teams. The 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Southern California edition, nightly at 11.
The aforementioned Fish rapping with the fans down the line. And our pitching matchup, Jeff Fassero, once upon a time, was a dominant force in the major leagues. Still can bring it, though, on occasion, so he'll be a tough task tonight for the Angels. And, of course, we mentioned that Matt Wise gets his first major league start. He's made a couple of appearances for the ball club. Now, lots going on around Major League Baseball, and we never want you to be without, so we got the plays of the week.
A man on, nobody out. And a comebacker, and he barehands it. Out at second, out at first. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Fly ball, Wilson racing back in dead center. Way back, he dives, he made the catch. What a phenomenal catch by Preston Wilson.
Fly ball to right. Back to make a jumping catch is Dave Martinez.
Fastball hit up the middle. Oh, what a play by Brett Boone. Damian Jackson's throw not in time, but a spectacular play by Boone. They almost turned a double play.
Deep to right. Back is Giambi. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It is gone. Deep to right center. Way back. This game is over.
Two pitches, two bombs off of Jason Isringhausen, and the Yankees win in dramatic style last night. And oh, oops, by the way, the Yankees will be here this weekend. You know it's going to get crazy here. Hope to see you out here. Tickets available for all 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do not miss it. Bronx Bombers, Pinstripers, Yankees, Angels. They're going to be big games for both teams. So we'll see here. No excuses. Adam Kennedy and the fellas getting set. We're back with closing stats and stories in a minute.
The National Sports Report presents this sports break.
What's happening, everybody? I'm John Kelly with this sports break for the National Sports Report. Randy Johnson goes for win number 16 as the D-backs take on the Expos. Braves lefty Tom Glavine's looking for his 15th win of the year as Atlanta takes on Cincinnati. And don't miss a man that never met a microphone he didn't like, Don King, on tonight's open mic. We'll have that plus the entire day in baseball on the National Sports Reports.
Do you realize Ford has been making the best-selling truck longer than I have been doing these commercials? How is that possible?
Easy. Ford makes great trucks, like the Ranger. It's been the best-selling compact pickup in America for years. And now, during Ford's authorized clearance, your Ford dealer just made it even harder to beat, with as low as 0.9% APR or $1,500 cash back. Either way, you'll get the deal you want on the one and only Ranger.
What my heart truly believes, it runs deep, deep as in the ocean. I'm right away, faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. I got faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. And devotion. Yeah.
The lanky right-hander Matt Wise getting warmed up and just moments away from facing the Boston Red Sox. Our Southern California Dodge. Stat of the day, Dodge different. Angels home run leaders, and they got plenty of them, of course, on a record pace with Goss, Anderson, Big Mo, and Tim Salmon. 4 players with 25 or more home runs for the first time in Angels history. And, of course, that number is going to continue to rise. Our next telecast will be Friday, 6:30, 1/2 hour before the first of the 3-game series against the Yankees. Enjoy the game, everybody. Right now, though, let's go to the Fox Network Center and a regional sports update.
All right, thanks very much, Billy Mack. After the Angel game is over, keep it right here on Fox Sports Net for your 11 p.m. regional sports report. Here's some of the stories we're working on. Kevin Brown matched against Jeremy. We'll have a full report from Dodger Stadium. Plus, an update from Chargers camp as the Bolts prepare for Saturday night's game with the Vikings. And the Sparks finish up their regular season tonight in Utah. I'm Randy Sparagi. I'll join Guard Swanson for those stories and more on your 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report. Sure hope you can join us. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Things in life can change like that. All that work, and it's gone. But Farmers Insurance can help you get things back to the way they once were. That's why everything we do, from the way policies are written to the way claims are handled, revolves around getting you back to that point. Isn't that what insurance is supposed to do? Hey, wires can short out. Toasters can catch fire. These things happen. But with Farmers, we can at least help get you back where you belong.
The body has its own suspension. The engine has its own suspension. Even the 6-disc in-dash Bose CD changer has its own suspension. If you suspect there's a reason the new QX4 feels so smooth, you'd be wrong. There are many reasons. Imagine the ultimate luxury vehicle. We have the new Infiniti QX4.
Although GTE has become Verizon, don't worry, you'll still be able to use our payphones exactly as you always have. GTE is now Verizon. Although GTE has become Verizon, you'll still be able to reach the internet as easily as ever. GTE is now Verizon.
Carl's Jr. Without us, some guys would starve. The new charbroiled sourdough ranch burger.
You're huge everywhere. Tim, it's him. Everybody just kind of looks at me and thinks, I've got a screw loose or something.
Get away from me, get away from me. You are a sick human being. Pete, do you still gamble?
Sure, but not on sports.
You're a marquee player, but you have never won Jack.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that dislike you.
What? The Last Word, weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
It is all good.
He's in there all year long, screaming and carrying on. Angels, Lakers, even the King. And he's never been on skates in his whole life. And he'll be screaming at the players like he can do it better. Fool.
Time you straighten right out.
Sports coverage from every angle. The National Sports Report after the game.
In Game 1 of this series, the Angels powered their way to a win over the Red Sox. Last night was a great memory for Ramon Ortiz, who silenced the Red Sox and beat his idol, Pedro Martinez. Tonight in Game 3, the Angels refuse to lose while looking for the sweep and continue their playoff drive. Red Sox Angels next. Live from Edison International Field of Anaheim, Fox Sports Net presents Angels Baseball. Tonight, the Anaheim Angels host the Boston Red Sox in the final game of a 3-game series. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. This is Rex Hudler. That Angels clubhouse is still buzzing about last night's game where the student, Ramon Ortiz, beat the teacher, Pedro Martinez. Final score 2-1. What a gem.
Big lift for the Angel offense. They finally got a guy who can go out there and shut the opponents down. Ramon Ortiz could have shown the Angel brass that he has the right stuff to be their #1 starter. It was exciting. 2-0-5 game.
And how about the offense? Tim Salmon has a career-best 16-game hit streak going, and he provided the offense last night.
They've been waiting for the Kingfish to heat up, and he can carry a team when he gets hot. Best pitcher in the land, Pedro Martinez. Leaves a fastball out over. Salmon was all over it with a short, quick swing. He's got pop. He's got game. He's playing a good right field. And the Angels seem to be gathering some momentum now, heading in against the world champions this coming weekend.
And how about tonight's Mercedes pitching matchup? Matt Wise will make his major league starting debut. The kid from Cal State Fullerton. This year in AAA, excellent. 9-6 with a 3.69 earned run average. Jeff Fassero has had a rough time the last 10 games at 8.64. And right-handers are hitting Jeff to the tune of 326. So for the Angels, they've got Tim Salmon, a tough right-hander, and a chance for Tim to go
upstream.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher, helping you play longer and stronger when it counts the most. Gatorade, is it in you? By Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete. By KFC, we do chicken right. By your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invite you to come in and test drive a Lexus. And by Pepsi Cola, the joy of cola.
L-O-V-E, my D-O-D-G-E, T-R-U-C-K, D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T, different by country mile.
Talk about different. This Dakota regular cab has more available power, payload, and towing than any other compact pickup. Add this generous cash allowance, and what's not to LOVE?
Different by country mile. California, let's go!
Size 8?
Last pair.
This is from that guy right over there. Can't blame the guy for trying.
The cold filtered cool of Miller Genuine Draft. Never miss a genuine opportunity.
A wish made real. The magical made tangible. Your fantasies now reachable. On August 17th, discover an exotic new escape at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. Aladdin. Call 1-877-333-WISH.
Interesting. Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola? A paradox. While molecularly similar, they logically seem to offer two possibilities. Of course, you must invariably arrive at one and only one correct choice.
Duh!
A no-brainer.
There's one thing for certain, I'll love you till I die. And if you're ever hurting, I'll run right to your side.
Around here, things aren't always what you'd expect. Like the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. It costs a lot less than you'd think.
We welcome you back to Edison International Field for the last game of this three-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Anaheim Angels. Boston at 56 and 53, the Angels at 59 and 55. Let's check out Jimmy Williams' lineup. He will lead things off with Trot Nixon, the right fielder. Hitting second, Scott Hatteberg. In the 3 spot, Carl Everett. Batting fourth, Nomar Garcia-Parra. This year against Anaheim, 2 hits in 17 at-bats. Overall, he leads the American League in batting at .386. Troy O'Leary will bat fifth, then Brian Daubach, Ed Sprague, Jason Varitek, and Mike Lansing. And the kid on the hill for the Anaheim Angels, 6'4", 190 pounds, 24 years old, from Laverne, California. He was the Angels' 6th round pick out of Cal State Fullerton in 1997, Matt Wise.
Yes, he's making his major league debut this evening, a game that he will likely never forget. Fastball change and a slurve. That's a combination slider curveball. It's got a nice sharp break. He's got a good fastball. He's got some poise. I saw him in 2 games as a reliever. We watched him, and he showed me no fear. So this young man, if he keeps the ball down and he can somehow ride the wave that off of Ortiz, he should be okay.
Well, once again, he will have a lot of family and friends at Edison International Field. He went to Bonita High School, attended Pepperdine for 1 year, then made the switch to Cal State Fullerton, and had a great start in pro ball when he was drafted by the Angels, going 9-1 in 1997 with Boise and averaging a strikeout per inning. Well, defensively behind Matt Wise, it will be Mo Vaughn at first base, Keith Johnson second, Benji Gill short, Troy Gloss third, the outfield Darren Erstad, Garrett Anderson, Tim Salmon, Benji Molina will catch Matt Wise, and for Keith Johnson, it's his first career start in the majors, his 6th game.
Well, he's overdue. The kid's been ready for a while, but you have to play the waiting game in baseball. You don't always get your opportunity when you feel like you deserve it, but this kid is ready. He's got decent alley power and occasional home run power, has good speed. He's got very good hands as he's a middle infielder, shortstop, second baseman.
Well, maybe he can follow the masterful job by Ramon Ortiz, who pitched the best game in his big league career, and there was so much electricity. I mean, I was talking to Gary Sutherland, who's one of the Angel scouts, and he said, wasn't that a great show? And yes, it was. There's a ball hit foul out of play, and I don't know how many fans you talked to today and last night. I talked to a lot, and they all said that was one of the best games they've seen in years with the Angels. Just the drama, the story of Ortiz versus Martinez.
Wise quickly ahead, 0-2 off Trot Nixon, aggressive hitter. Trot's got power. He hit 2 good balls off of Ortiz last night to straightaway center field, but couldn't get him out.
Trot sends it foul, and the count stays at 0-2. Well, Matt Wise found out about the call-up from his AAA skipper Gary Templeton, and Matt didn't believe him. He responded, "Are you serious?" That ball stroked towards center field. Garrett Anderson comes charging on, and that's a base hit for Trot Nixon. But Matt Wise said, "Are you serious?" And Gary Templeton said, "Get out of my office before they change their mind."
Great comeback.
There's his numbers at Edmonton, playing for Gary Templeton. 9 wins, 6 losses, a 3.69 earned run average. And they say his strength is in his command, not overpowering with that fastball. But really, they say his second best pitch is that 2-seam changeup.
He has a good change and a slider. He can get by with just 3 pitches. He's got a nice build for a pitcher. He's long, has long arms, long legs, and he uses those to deceive the hitter as well as with his pitches.
Here's number 2 hitter Scott Hatterberg.
Hatterberg's been on the steady climb. He's a backup catcher. He's DHing tonight.
And Hatterberg with a high fly ball to left field. Darren Erstad cruises under it, makes the catch for the first out.
Collectively as a team, the Boston Red Sox haven't been hitting like they're used to hitting anyway. They've kind of fallen off. The averages aren't very high, but they're still coming up with some clutch hits in order to stay in the race. Jimmy Williams, 4th year as a Red Sox manager, is one of the finest managers in the game. He's a blue-collar manager. You don't always see eye to eye with his players at times, but you know what? They have the one common goal, and that is to win.
Well, here is Carl Everett. And Everett takes strike 1. Everett hitting .315 this year with 27 home runs and 76 RBIs.
Check out that right foot. He gets that right close to the plate, as close as the line will let him.
In there.
He doesn't have any fear of getting hit as he's so close to that plate. And that's what it takes to be a successful hitter. You can't be afraid. Now look at that. That is just, I mean, that is just very close to the plate right there. Just a few inches off.
Well, isn't he doing exactly what Ron Kulpa did not want him to do when Ron Kulpa tossed him out of the game, where he was past the line?
Yeah, but the reason Kulpa called him on it was because Bobby Valentine brought it to his attention. Whenever the other manager says something to the umpire, it's up to the umpire to do something about it. So this is what happened, and it caused an ugly confrontation that Carl Everett and everybody else would love to forget.
That ball reached for and lifted in the air to center field. Boy, that was a lot of wood on that baseball that was drifting down around his shoes, but Carl Everett got enough on it to lift it to the outfield for the second out. So 2 outs now for Nomar Garciaparra, who leads the American League in batting at .386, leads the major leagues by 5 points over Todd Helton at .381 of Colorado in the National League. Trying to go and lead the American League in batting for the 2nd straight year, and for a right-hander it would be the first time since 1939-1940. Joe DiMaggio went back-to-back that a right-hander has led the American League in consecutive years.
There's 2 ways to look at it if you're an Angels pitcher. Matt Wise today. He's due to break out, but it is the last game of the 3-game series. So whenever you can keep Nomar quiet for just 2 out of the 3, you've done something. And there you go.
And he smacks it to left field. At the wall, Darren Erstad. He will pull it down just in front of the seats. So Garciaparra remains hitless in Anaheim in this series, 0 for 8. Darren Erstad, who made that catch, will come in now and lead it off for the Angels.
Italy. To me, it means great beauty and rich history. But it's the food that makes an Italian vacation so special. And for me, a total tax write-off. I've learned so many things here. I've learned that in Italy, the food isn't called Italian food, it's just called food. I learned that if you ask for a thick and frosty milkshake made with real ice cream, they look at you like you're from another planet. And I've learned that in bocce ball, you're supposed to throw underhand. Otherwise, our shared passion for food allows me to fit right in. We agree that French fries should be golden and crispy, and that the French hogged all the credit. And when I told them my burgers are hot and delicious because we don't make it till you order it, I knew we had bonded, even though they had no idea what I was talking about. But the most important thing these passionate people taught me is this. When you attend an Italian soccer match, you better root for Italy.
Matt Wise with a shutout first inning. He sits down and watches his offense go to work, and that offense will be led off by Darren Erstad, still the major league leader with 176 hits this year. Batting second, Ron Gant. Hitting third, Mo Vaughn. Right fielder is Tim Salmon. He'll clean things up with a career high 16-game hit streak continuing. Garrett Anderson is in the 5 spot, then Troy Gloss, Benji Molina, Benji Gill, and Keith Johnson. On the mound for the Boston Red Sox, 37-year-old left-hander Jeff Fassero.
Yes, and he's going to rely on 4 pitches. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to, so that makes it even more important that he keeps the ball down. And against right-handers this year, he hasn't done that. He's got the ball up in a lot. Against right-handers, he's given up a .326 average with 11 home runs. Now, left-handers, they're hitting .233 with just 2 homers.
Fassero, you see his numbers 7 and 5. Erstad pops it up right side. And Darren right now in a 1-for-19 slide. Ron Gant is batting in the 2 spot for the first time this year, and on Monday Ron hit his first home run as an Angel, got a breaking ball from Boston and knocked it out, and then would come up later and hit his second. His first 2-homer game this year. He hit 20 with Philadelphia and now 2 with Anaheim.
Short swing. That's how he gets his power. He keeps his hands back, but he just throws his hands. He doesn't have a real long one. And when the ball is elevated and up in the zone, he goes after it. He likes it. Now, those curveballs that Fassero is going to try to keep down there, those are teasers. He's trying to get guys to swing out of the strike zone. At one time, he had a real nice fastball at about 95.
And Gant smacks one and deep to left. Is this his 3rd of the year? Yes!
Looking for a pitch up in the zone, waiting for it, and got it. And when he gets his pitch, he doesn't miss it. Watch him miss. This is a badly located pitch right over the plate. See how short that swing was. It is short and effortlessly because he's very strong. And he's going to be a big lift down the stretch for the Halos.
Now Mo Vaughn knocking into Brian Dahlbeck. He still has time, and Vaughn is out at first base. And Rex, with that Angels home run, another $125 goes to the Miller Brewing Company's Tools for Success program, awarding local technical graduates with the tools they need to join today's workforce.
So right away, he has thrown 3 home runs up in that DH spot.
That's a power that they have needed in that DH spot, and it gives their bench a little more flexibility and strength too, because Scott Spezio's done a marvelous job as a pinch hitter this year.
And he hasn't done a bad job DHing. He has a power threat. This is so important for a manager to have a weapon like Spezio. Palmeiro, when he's not playing, he's a singles guy, but you've got to have somebody who can throw some thunder. And they just acquired a player that they're looking forward to breaking in, and that's Chris Hatcher.
Here is Tim Salmon.
He's one of the newest Angels that was acquired just yesterday. It was his first active day. He's a big guy, and he's going to add a little pop off that bench.
Yeah, we were watching him at batting practice. He's a big man who can hit the ball a fur piece.
So can this guy.
Tim Salmon. That fastball stays upstairs. There's Chris. Check out those arms.
Yes, 10-year minor leaguer. Look at what he did in AAA this year. 26 home runs. Here's a guy who has not been in the right place at the right time his whole career. Has put up monster numbers and still never got a chance with anybody.
You know, he had an unusual number this year. He hit a grand slam home run for Edmonton. Before the trade, he hit a grand slam against Edmonton with the Chicago Cubs organization.
Well, he looks like a linebacker.
He does.
He's big, he's got a nice smile, and he's persevered. I respect the kid greatly. Finally, wait till you get a chance and you get called up. He wants to really impress.
Here's a guy, Tim Salmon, who has been impressing the entire 90s decade. And right now he has 221 home runs in his Angel career. His next one will tie Brian Downing for the all-time top mark. There's Brian on the outfield wall. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 3. But the Angels score first on the solo home run by Ron Gant, and they take a 1-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox.
It's about time, making time, taking time. Time flies at Dodge, where you'll find big savings on almost everything. Exceptionally low financing or generous cash allowances on Dodge Intrepid, Stratus, or Neon. Big savings on almost everything. For a limited time at Dodge. Different. But please hurry while time is still on your side.
America's most wanted hot dog is safe for now. Because at Wiener Schnitzel, a corn dog is only 79 cents. But only for a limited time.
What will you get for your investment when the technology becomes obsolete? With Cox Digital Cable, there's no equipment to buy, and we'll continue to update our service with the latest technology. So you want to watch a different program on another TV with a satellite TV system, but you didn't buy an additional receiver? With Cox Digital Cable, you can watch a different program on another TV without buying any additional equipment.
new escape now awaits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. Aladdin. Call 1-877-333-WISH.
The one and only Don King sounds off. The National Sports Report after the game.
Ron Gant's third home run as an Angel has given the Halos a 1-0 lead. Now Matt Wise goes to work, the rookie from Laverne, California. Matt will face Troy O'Leary, Brian Daubach, Ed Sprague. Ball hit towards left field. Erstad breaks in, and Darren makes the catch for the first down. Hey kids, join the Angels on Saturday, August 12th as they take on the world champion Yankees at 7:05. If you're 12 or under, you'll receive your very own exclusive Mo Vaughn replica jersey t-shirt courtesy of AT&T Wireless and Ericsson. Call now for tickets. Brian Daubach taking it low, ball one.
So the Red Sox are swinging early. Or at least they've shown that here so far. Thinking they'll get a fastball.
Daubach, like last year, got off to a hot start, hit 354 in April. Last year he got off to a terrific beginning, and he said he needed a good beginning after spending 9 years in the minor leagues and finally getting a chance. And he would club 21 home runs for the Red Sox last year and help them to the playoffs. Takes a strike on the inside corner from Matt Wise. 2-1.
He was taking 2-0 there. It's a good hitting count, but this is the first time he's faced him. So Daubach showing some experience there, just saying, I want to see. And look at that. Got under.
Tim Salmon. 2 outs. Right now, a lot of fly balls. Of the 5 outs recorded off Matt Wise, all of them have been fly outs. Hatteberg to left field, Everett to center field. Garcia Parra almost hit one out, and Darren Erstad made a nice catch right against that short wall in left field. And O'Leary to left, Daubach to right to start the second. Here's Ed Sprague. Ed started this year with the San Diego Padres at .274 with the Pods with 10 home runs, and has been slow coming on with Boston. Just a .200 average in his 29 games with the Sox.
He can hurt the opponent at any time. He's veteran savvy. Likes the fastball. He just missed that one. He's got World Series experience with the Blue Jays. He's a champion. Anytime you can get a guy like this and he becomes available, you get him. He's not over the hill yet. He's got a couple good years left in him, and he's really can help the team. He plays a solid third base, but the biggest thing I mentioned, World Series champion.
And that's exactly what Boston Red Sox went after in really the last month and a half to fill spots that were hurting him. John Valentin had that season-ending knee surgery. They needed a third baseman. They went out and got a guy with playoff experience. They needed a second baseman. Jose Offerman was beginning to limp around. They got Mike Lansing, who's been to the wars before. That's knocked foul. And they also got another starting pitcher, Rolando Araujo, in the Colorado deal, along with Mike Lansing.
Sprague, I talked to him after the game last night, had high compliments for Ramon Ortiz. He talked about how his ball moved. He had good movement. He had good command. He was pretty impressed with the young guy.
I know so many times when we talk fastball, we think of something fast and straight. But both Pedro Martinez and Ramon Ortiz, their ball will run. Sometimes they can make it run inside against a left-hander and away from a left-hander.
That's how you're able to be successful at this level. It's moving the ball. Because you have to do something. These hitters are polished. They've been in the league a long time, most of them. You got a few rookies on each team, but it's made up. The hitters are nucleus. The middle of the orders are power established veterans.
Matt Wise can't give that same pitch he just gave to Ed Sprague. That was right down Broadway, and Ed fouled it straight back. Stays low and he walks it. A 2-out walk, the first by Wise in this game.
See, now the pitch before that, Sprague had such a good swing on it. Wise saw that and he goes, you know what, I'm not going to challenge him again, because that's smart. He kept the ball down there. He walked him, There's 2 outs. You don't like Bud doesn't like to see 2-out walks. But as a pitcher, you feel that he was on your pitch.
And he was. Now Jason Varitek with 8 home runs this year. Jason had his breakout year last season. He started a first-round pick with the Seattle Mariners and was a long holdout. Missed the entire first professional year. Then he was traded to Boston. Took him a while to come on. But Varitek last year hit 20 home runs. He has not shown that power yet. And he still has 7 weeks to go. Another pop-up, this time left side for Erstad. That will do it. 2 shutout innings for Matt Wise. The Angels with a 1-0 lead. We'll see Garrett Anderson come to the plate when we come back.
You know the place if you want to flow. Cisco, there's no time to waste if you want fun. Pepsi's the one. Oh, baby, it makes me want to sing.
Empty. Cisco, heard you alone. I'm hitting you off right now.
Pepsi.
Doug gave it to Madeline. Edith gave it to Walter and Roy. Richard gave it to Earl. Dr. Marsh gave it to his patients. It's Juno, the easy way for everyone to get online, whether you want completely free internet access or premium service. Juno offers both. Juno, everybody's getting it. Just call 1-800-TRY-JUNO to get your free software today.
At Aaron's, it always costs less, a whole lot less. Take this giant RCA 52-inch big screen TV with picture-in-picture. At Rent-A-Center, a comparable model is $131.96 a month for 36 months. But don't be fooled, do the math. That's over $4,700. At Aaron's, it's $109.98 a month for 24 months. So you save over $2,100 and you own it a full year sooner. You don't need credit, you own it much sooner, and you get the guaranteed lowest price. So why pay more? Do the math. Call Aaron's.
Now, the nightly sports show dedicated to hometown teams and highlights. The 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Southern California edition, nightly at 11.
Bottom of the second inning, the Anaheim Angels with a 1-0 lead over Boston. The Angels won last night 2-1. Garrett Anderson was completely surrounding that 2-1 victory.
Well, in baseball, you can go from the GOAT to the hero. And this is very evident. He tracked a nice ball here for Ortiz, brought it down, and watch this. Ramon Ortiz would not have won the game for that game-winning hit right there. In this game, like any other, you can go from the GOAT to the hero, like I said, in a short period.
Well, Garrett really took it in stride, and he is a guy who has just belted lefties this year. Look at those numbers. 13 home runs against left-handers. Fassero has been tough on lefties this year, as Rex talked about earlier. Left-handers only hitting .233, right-handers .326. Ron Gann, a right-hander, hit the home run.
Garrett likes the ball elevated. The left-handers, they try to throw him the curves and change-ups. They get up and he hits it. He doesn't miss it. Now that's a good curve. That stayed down low. It had a quick bite to it. Fassero, fastball, slider, changeup, curveball, 4 pitches. He tries to spot it.
Just low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He pitches in the high 80s. A few years ago, he was a flamethrower, so he's learning how to be an outstanding pitcher. Just a pitcher, not a thrower.
Yeah, he had a great start this year for Boston. They thought, hey, we made a terrific decision by getting this veteran from Seattle. He had a 6-1 start, his best since 1995 when he opened 7-1 with Montreal. But look at that, 1-4 with an .864 earned run average since. The 2-2. Hit well left field. O'Leary backing up, and Troy makes the catch. But last night in the dugout, Garrett Anderson came in, tapped Ramon Ortiz on the leg and said, way to pick me up. And then he went and talked with Mike Scioscia. And I asked Mike today, you brought a smile to Garrett's face. And I said, what did you say? And he said, didn't you read the directions, Garrett? When in doubt, read the directions in your glove, and they say open, close, and Garrett just cracked up.
But watch Ron Gant. He's new to the team. He's watching the situation by his new manager, how he handles it. So Gant's a smart veteran. He's starting to learn, and you learn by listening and watching. And he heard that laugh. He heard him joke to Garrett, and that therefore brought a smile to Ron Gant's face, telling him, wow, I like our skipper. He's loose, he's relaxed, he's not tight. This is going to be fun. And then this is how you get players to play for you.
And it was probably the perfect thing to say to a guy who's a pro like Garrett Anderson. He's been through these wars so many times. He's out there every single day. He prepares himself well. And I'm sure he felt the worst of anybody about dropping that in such an emotional game. But Mike Scioscia picked him up. No loss now.
Ramon Ortiz picked him up.
By striking out Ed Sprague.
That's right.
The runner at third base.
That's what the game's all about. People are human. They're going to make mistakes. Your teammates, hey, a good term they use is, hey, I'll pick you up.
That whole game was a pick-me-up for the Anaheim Angels. The Angels ended a 5-game losing streak with 2 straight wins on terrific starting pitching. Jared Washburn, Mark Petkazik, Shigetoshi Hasegawa went Monday. Washburn was a starter, and then Ortiz with the complete Game 2 hitter yesterday. The Angels right now 4-1 against Boston this year. Their only loss was against Pedro here in April. They were 1-9 against the Sox last year. Now Benji Molina. The loss goes, and the pitch high. The throw to second base, not nearly in time. Troy got a huge jump.
That is Troy's 11th stolen base. You check this kid out. He's a big guy. Could be a tight end on most NFL teams. That's how big he is. And he's got speed. Very good athletic ability. Benji takes all the way for him. Veritex throws high, and look at the big man getting underneath that tie. Head first dive. He goes 6'4", 230, and he's an athlete.
Molina sends it foul. Right now, Fassero's fastball has been between 81 and 86 miles an hour, a far cry from the days you talked about when he was 93, 94.
So what he's got to do is show him that fastball in, off the plate, just like that pitch to Molina there. It was a little bit in, he pulled it foul, but he's got to show a fastball, or they'll sit all over his curveball and changeup.
Try to come inside, and that time that was his best fastball at 89.
He has a very good split finger. He'll try to get to that pitch as a strikeout pitch if he can get ahead, like in this situation. That brings ground balls usually. We'll see if Veritek gives it to him. With the man on second base, Troy Gloss, he'll scramble the signs and put different signs down there.
Gloss was dancing around second base. All of a sudden, Mike Lansing broke, so Fassero stepped off.
This is good at Gloss. He's feeling very runnerish. This sometimes will make the pitcher a little nervous. He's a veteran. Shouldn't bother him.
Outside and high, 2-2. Jeff Fassero needs 1 win for 100 in his career. Right now at 99 and 88. And he's had some terrific years, particularly in the latter part of the 90s with the Montreal Expos and the Seattle Mariners. Won 15 games in 96 with the Montreal Expos. His best year, 16-9 with Seattle in 97. 3-2. Well, he is certainly trying to get Benji to chase, but Benji this year doesn't strike out much. He may not walk much. And he's got another Benji behind him in Mr. Gill. Back-to-back Benjis.
There's Joe Kerrigan.
He was Fassero's pitching coach in Montreal and now with Boston. Very instrumental in Jeff accepting this job in New England. Molina hit to third base. Sprague has it. Molina is out.
Nice play by Sprague. Showing some first step quickness. Fassero, if they can get on base, the Angels, they can steal off of him. As his times to home are like 1.5, 1.6. That's a no-brainer for a runner. You can steal easily on that if you can just get a good jump. Make sure he doesn't throw behind you. His pickoff move is pretty good. It's about average.
And the Red Sox have allowed more steals than any team in the American League with 106.
Veritek, he said, man, I think I throw out about 11% of the runners. I need all the help I can get from my pitchers. Because when you steal, you usually steal it off the pitcher.
Breaking ball just misses inside.
Benji Gill, he is feeling more comfortable at the plate. His average has been on the steady climb, and his home run production has too.
Should have had a base hit against Pedro yesterday, but he hit Pedro's back leg, and the ball went right to the second baseman for the out. Right center field. Trot Nixon makes the catch, ending the inning. The Angels with a 1-0 lead through 2 innings, and the home run by Ron Gant.
Merhabalar. Yapılmakta olan ulusal dalgıçlık olimpiyatları için güzel şehrimiz Diyarbakır'a hoş geldiniz. Evet, yarışmacımız Yaşar yürüyor. Yaşar hazırlanıyor. Mükemmel bir atlayış. Atladı. Çok güzel bir atlayış. Herkes şaşkın. Atlayıştı. Evet, omuz ve baş sallama. Evet, ve Yaşar.
At Ray Flatibo Volkswagen, you'll find the right car at the right price. For over 35 years, Ray Flatibo has given his customers the best price and the best service.
Come into Ray Flatibo today to test drive a new 2000 Volkswagen, then drive home with a great deal.
Ray Flatibo also has over $1 million of ultra-sharp used cars and trucks, each with a certified inspection. So take a short drive to where the 5 and 405 freeways meet at the Lake Forest exit Irvine, and remember that name.
Flatibo, Flatibo, Flatibo.
Ever wonder why someone else is more successful? Luck? Right place, right time? As a programmer or software engineer, could you be doing the right thing in the wrong place? That could make you sick. Better call the doctor, the Job Doctor. The Job Doctor has directed the placement of over 100 million in salaries of computer and software professionals just like you. The best technology jobs of tomorrow are available today. The Job Doctor. Log on today.
The Last Word, tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
The Angels with a 1-0 lead in the Boston Red Sox. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Coming up tonight, it's the 11 o'clock regional sports report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to Southern California's home teams. Kevin Brown goes against Chicago. Alvin Gentry, will he be the Clips' new coach? And USC prepares for Penn State and that kickoff classic. That's tonight on the 11 o'clock regional sports report. Right now, Matt Wise pitching well in his first 2 innings, and now facing number 9 hitter Mike Lansing. Lansing looking for his first home run as a Red Sox. He hit 11 with Colorado. Popped up. Molina will not have room. It's about 5 rows up.
You gotta wait for it to come down. She grabbed it. Didn't spill a drop. She's got skills.
And red hair.
Believe that.
Mike chops it foul. Mike Lansing from Casper, Wyoming, one of 3 players from Casper to make it to the major leagues. The others, Mike Devereaux, an outfielder who played mainly with the Baltimore Orioles, and also Tom Browning, who once threw a perfect game with the Cincinnati Reds. Mike now makes his home in Denver, Colorado. He's a little disappointed about leaving the Rockies organization. Really liked it, but he said he was eager to come to the East Coast and play for the Red Sox because he heard they had wonderful fans there, was anxious to play at Fenway Park and to get back in the playoff race. 3-2. Matt does not want to lose the leadoff guy.
Well, This is Lansing's third team. Started with the Montreal Expos, Colorado, and now Boston. And you move around when you get established and move up on the ladder later in your career. Wise Young making his first major league start.
Lansing with a base hit to left field, and we've got a chance to go talk to Billy McDonald.
Fizz, I'm with my friends once again out here in the right field pavilion, rather. And, you know, I want to talk about charity and giving back to the community. And Tim Salmon, each and every game, gives tickets to 3 or 4 charitable organizations, and they sit out here in the right field bleachers, and we call it the Fish Bowl. So Tim Salmon has his supporters out here in the right field bleachers each and every game. Now, by the way, a little update. Last time I was out here was, 2 games ago, and all the folks from Massachusetts were up here, and they had Nomar Garciaparra and Red Sox painted on their naked bodies. Well, I challenged the Angel fans, and they have come through. On Saturday night, a guy said 80 Angel fans are going to be writing Shigetoshi Hasegawa and Go Angels on their bare chest for the Yankee game on Saturday night. So get psyched. I hope he comes through, and we'll see you all on Saturday. And kudos to Tim Salmon in the Fish Bowl. Back to you guys.
And isn't that beautiful? Because the New York Yankees will be in town, and their public address announcer is Bob Shepard, one of the greatest. He's done it for 50 years at Yankee Stadium, and he said one of the 2 favorite names that he has ever said was Mickey Mantle, and the other one was Shigetoshi Hasegawa. And now Shigetoshi will be honored by the Angel fans in right field.
Well, what would really show me something if they could write his name in Japanese. That would show me some writing skills.
Yes, it would.
It's not easy.
You know what? I'll have to ask Mitch Reinhardt on how many humans they would need to do it in Japanese. 4 characters is what Mitch says.
Nobody out. Wise looking for a ground ball double play here.
Ground ball base hit to right field. So back-to-back hits by Lansing and Trot Nixon, and Boston has a rally started in the top of the 3rd inning. Mike Scioscia wanted to see this kid Matt Wise. He said he's really changed a lot and developed beautifully since spring training. He said he's made the adjustment. It looks like he's ready for the challenge in the major leagues. They said he always had a good fastball and a very good 2-seam changeup, but this year his breaking ball is a little more tighter.
Yes, they have tightened it up. That's why they call it a slurve pitch. It's a combination slider curveball. It has a tight break, but not a real large break.
This is his first real challenge of the game.
I don't think Jimmy Williams will be asking his designated hitter, Scott Hatteberg, to be bunting here, although he could surprise me. Hatteberg is in there. He swings a good bat. He has a short, compact swing, and he can supply some power. He's done most of the damage off the bench for the Red Sox this year with 4 hits, pinch hits. One of them was a home run. He's got 7 home runs total.
Wise comes inside, falls behind 2-0. And here comes Buddy Black. Buddy always seems to come out at the perfect times. Here's a situation, first real jam for the kid. 2 on and a 2-0 count to a good hitter in Scott Hatteberg with Carl Everett and Nomar Garciaparra next.
And nobody out. So Bud's going to tell him, hey, no, they keep a close eye on all of their pitchers, especially the young ones coming in now. Veteran pitcher Bud Black doesn't have to spend as much time, go out as many times, but young guys, Bud's really good with them.
Bud first wants command of that fastball. He looked over at the third base umpire, Ed Montague, and had a smile and a nice word. Bud Black as he walked past. Tony Randazzo is at home plate tonight. Mike Fichter at first base, Ted Barrett second base, and Montague at third. Two and one. Well, he went right after him, and he went with that changeup. That is his strikeout pitch, and Hatteberg fouled it back to the screen.
That shows a little guts. The ball was up a little bit to throw that changeup, 2-0 count. That was pretty smart, because Hatteberg was sitting all over a fastball there.
3-1.
This might be the wrong time to struggle a little bit here with such power coming up. And Everett and Garciaparra.
Might as well take your chances with the challenge.
Keep the ball down and hope he hits it to a double play.
Carl Everett waiting. Then Garciaparra, who's way overdue.
The Red Sox know that Matt Wise is making his major league debut as a pitcher. They all know that. So they're going to try to.
A little roller. Wise will cover it. He throws to first just in time to get Hatteberg, and the runners do advance, but 1 out.
A swinging bunt. Jimmy Williams got to be happy with that. He got the runners over. So the important thing to do, look, he cues it. Another changeup. This is smart pitching here. He gets the out, doesn't get rattled, gets the ball and throws it and gets an out. That's what you want in that situation. Perfect swinging bunt. Didn't panic. Gathered his feet and threw Mo a good ball he could handle.
The Angels have shut down the Red Sox offensively, beating them 4-1 on Monday and 2-1 last night. Boston has lost 4 straight games, and it's because of an offensive drought. Here's Carl Everett. He tracks out with high in the air. Adam Kennedy will make the catch, and that's the second out. Keith Johnson, excuse me.
Well, that's a big out and a good pitch as he gets Everett to pop up. Now he's got 2 outs. Well, immediately when you don't see it in the sky like that, what you do is you signal that you can't see it. That's a veteran move. You let the other guy know. You put your arms out and you say, where is it?
Carl Everett not happy at all. He tried to go after the first pitch from Matt Wise, and he popped it straight up, and he looked steam. And we'll see smoke coming out of those ears. Well, here comes Garciaparra. He is now 0 for 8 in this series. Almost hit a home run in his last at bat, flying out to deep left field, but Erstad leaned against the wall and pulled it down. And he smacks that one to left field and deep. Back goes Erstad. At the wall. Gone. He made sure Erstad could not reach this one.
That's right. The first at bat, he almost hit a home run then. So he's due to strike, and he did. At the opportune time with a 3-run homer. You know, Mike Scioscia with first base open had the option to put him on, but he's been only 2 for 17, so he's turned the pitch to him. Little slurve, but he went down and got.
So Boston has their first lead, 3-1. And their first lead of this series. It seems like he is in the middle of every single Red Sox rally. Now Troy O'Leary.
It's a good pitch, though. It wasn't a hanging curveball.
Popped him up center field. Garrett Anderson makes the catch, ended the inning, but Nomar Garciaparra does what he has done all year long. Comes up with a clutch hit. It's a 2-out, 3-run home run off a breaking ball thrown by Matt Wise.
It's about time. Making time, taking time. Time flies at Dodge, where you'll find big savings on almost everything. Special deals on Dodge Caravan, which could save you over $4,000 or exceptionally generous cash allowances. Big savings on almost everything. For a very limited time at Dodge. Different. But please hurry while time is still on your side.
burger, fries, and a Coke. Don't bother me. I'm eating. The charbroiled superstar at Carl's Jr.
Want heart-pounding highlights? You got it. It's death-defying, car-crashing, fist-flying action. You gotta see this Saturday nights at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Come on, they're coming back! No, they're coming back!
I hope we're not too late. I'm so scared.
Vaughn to right field and gone.
They're coming back, come on!
Erstad swings, and there it goes. Deep to right. This ball game is over. Darren Erstad is the hero tonight.
We missed it. I am never leaving early again.
Nomar goes deep, and Boston has the lead 3-1. The Angels have teamed up with Wiener Schnitzel to bring you the Wonder Dog and Fizz promotion now at Edison Field. If the special guest fan of Rex catches a hot dog and you're part of the lucky section at Edison Field, you could win great prizes from Wiener Schnitzel. Plus, don't forget to stop by participating Wiener Schnitzel locations and enjoy a special combo for a limited time. Rex, you did it for the people.
Well, it always is for the people.
Here's Keith Johnson flaring around into left field. He's run down by Troy O'Leary for the first out.
Well, Kyle Watson of Riverside was in that contest, and the hot dog just got out of the reach, so I had to be there to back him up.
You picked him up big time. Well, here is Darren Erstad, popped up to second base his first time up. Buddy Black talking with Matt Wise, making his major league starting debut. Probably telling him about all of the home runs he gave up in his career and getting him to smile.
Yeah, you know, this is key to success. It's being loose and relaxed and knowing that it is not life or death. It's a game played by professionals, and Erstad here is looking to get himself on track.
He hit that one hard. During this slump that he's been in, 172 average in the last couple of weeks and 1 for his last 18. He's hit the ball sharply about 5 times, but right at people.
That's what happens sometimes when you're not getting your hits. You're still hitting the ball, but it's right at him.
Well, he rips that one where they can't get to it, drops it into right field, and has a base hit, number 177 this year.
That was a solid hit there.
And here comes Ron Gant, last at bat. Got one big time.
Yes, he did. Turn those hips, throw those hands. And that's a solo homer, his third.
Now Ron has a chance to tie it up in his second at bat. Blasted 2 off Jeff. Erstad goes, and there's the throw, not nearly in time, and you're right. You're telling me the time's consistently 1.5 to 1.7, and that's too slow to get a guy like Erstad or Troy Gloss.
Perfect jump. Watch Erstad. Goes off to the races. Gant sees the big jump he got. It's going to let him get in scoring position. Veritek with a nice throw, but that leg kick of Fassero's is a little bit too high.
Strike 2 to Ron.
Well, Gant's hips are very crucial to his swing. He'll throw his belly button right to the ball along with his hands. And that's where the hitter gets his pop. It's from his hips and his hands.
One and two.
But the key is to keep your weight back. Keep it balanced on your back half. You don't want to get out on the front foot too far. So he sits back there and waits and just has a soft step with his left foot, like he's stepping on eggshells. So Fassero throwing him all of his pitches.
Gant has always been a streak hitter as well.
Right, slightly open with his left side. That allows him to clear himself inside with a fastball.
Inside corner, strike 3.
He's upset. He wanted that. He's not showing the umpire up there. He's mad at himself. Because that is right where he likes it. Pitch tracks will show you it was a good pitch by Fassero. Down and in. Pitch tracks provided by Questtech.com.
So Ron Gant will take a seat in the Angels dugout. Mo Vaughn will step into the batter's box. A chance to try and do something that he did for the first time in his Angel career against Boston. On Monday, he hit his first home run against his old team.
I got to believe it'll be a different story when he heads back into Boston this year.
He admitted that he was nervous last year the first time he went back to Fenway.
Plus, he was fresh off of that ankle injury. He could have easily missed those games, but he wanted to play. They did just what they're doing there to him. They hooked him away in Boston last year, and he didn't get any hits.
And remember, he had just DH'd before that, but he wanted to play in the field. So when they went to Fenway, he played first base. He said he probably should not have. He had that high ankle sprain.
That'll tell you the guts he has, though. You know, he knows he's the paid hit man. He wants to play every game. Got to admire that.
2-1. First base is open, but Tim Salmon, the hottest Angel, is on deck. Jeff's got to get this guy. He's had a lot more success against lefties than he's had against right-handers.
Vaughn has struggled this year off of left-handers. Normally has a very high batting average against lefties, but this year he's pulling off those big curveballs.
Inside corner, right under his armpits, 2-2.
That's a hanging curveball.
Well, I don't know about that.
It ended up over the plate.
Did it?
Logan hit those balls 450 feet. I'll put it that way. Those are the pitches he hits, the mistakes.
Erstad just went easily and just stole third. Erstad just walked in because there's that huge shift. 3 defenders right side, so you've got the third baseman who's playing wide up way over.
Okay, the pitch before might have been a ball. So Mo Vaughn gets this next pitch. See, Fassero thought he had it. Well, this is what an umpire does. If he feels like he missed the call, sometimes he'll give a courtesy call.
And he swings and misses, and this time does strike out. The third strikeout for Jeff Fassero in this game.
Well, when I got hurt and missed work, glad I had supplemental insurance.
Supplemental insurance? What's that?
Aflac. Well, even best insurance doesn't give you cash to cover things like lost pay, other expenses. This does.
What does? Aflac.
Shouldn't ask about it at work.
Really? And what's it called?
Aflac!
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Aflac.
Strike Force 1, laser up. I am your leader.
Could you turn that off, Jake, please?
I can't. It's buried in the back.
Maybe if you hit a bump, it'll shut it off. Try a bigger one.
Unibody construction, independent suspension. The Lexus RX 300 is incredibly smooth on almost any road. For value, the RX is the leader at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
There's a moment in every race.
In every game.
In every 60 minutes. When you can either quit, fold,
Or say to yourself,
I can do this.
Aflac trivia. Tim Salmon needs 1 home run to tie Brian Downing's Angels career home run record. Who held the record before Brian? We'll give you the answer later in the game. Fourth inning at Edison. The Angels down 3-1. A home run by Ron Gant, a 3-run smash by Nomar Garciaparra. Now Matt Wise will deal with Brian Daubach, Ed Sprague, and Jason Varitek. Had a really nice conversation today with Darryl Miller, who was on the road, who is the Angels director of player development, and he works a lot with the minor leaguers. And I just wanted to get Darryl's take on Matt Wise. And he said Matt has long been of interest to the Angels. He was on the Angels scout team as a senior at Bonita High School in Laverne. It's right off the 57 freeway. It's an Angels Southern California team of draft eligible seniors in high school. They just liked the way he looked. Tall, gangly guy who they thought when he matured would really be a top quality pitcher. Played in the area code games here as well. Ground ball hit to Keith Johnson. 1 out. Hey, the National Sports Report featuring news, opinions, and highlights from a fresh perspective is coming your way next. Irvin in trouble. Could it be Michael Irvin, Don King on an open mic? And the best fan catches on the National Sports Report. I would imagine that one by that New York Yankee in the cup on the home run to win a ball game might be involved.
That was the greatest. Home runs was nice, but to catch the ball in your cup, the game-winning home run. That kid, I know he went out last night and had a real good time in New York City with all of his buddies.
How about Jason Isringhausen? 2 pitches, 2 home runs allowed. Yikes. Well, meantime, the New York Yankees blasted Oakland today 12-1. The Angels came into this wild card race just 3.5 games behind the A's, so Oakland helping out Anaheim a little bit. Yanks all over them. Chicago White Sox are beating Seattle 19-3. Well, that's a payback from the Mariners sweeping that doubleheader yesterday. That ball launched foul by Ed Sprague, 2-2. And the wild card race right now has the Angels just 3 behind. They had lost 5 in a row. They caught 2 up with Oakland losing, and Oakland right now 10 games over 500. The Indians 2 games back. And Cleveland tonight, let's see. They won. They beat Texas 6-4, so the Indians continue to play very, very good baseball. They have won 6 of their last 7.
Jimmy Williams is hoping they can salvage 1 game out of this 3-game series.
Sprague with a smash to Keith Johnson. Short hops it. 2 outs. So Keith Johnson and Matt Wise, who both came up from AAA Edmonton along with Chris Hatcher.
This is a good opportunity for Johnson to get in there against a left-hander. Sometimes a manager will put a player in that's new against a guy he feels he'll have success off of. Fassero has a high batting average against right-handed batters. It's a good opportunity for Johnson.
Strike 1.
Varitek hit a lot of home runs last year. This year he's off. His focus is more on catching and winning ball games that way.
Matt Wise came back with a very fine 4th inning after being roughed up for a 3-run home run by Garciaparra in the 3rd. Coming up, Salmon, Anderson, Gloss.
Meet the all-new Aztec. Meet Sam and Kate. They're about to
do something dirty.
We're not lost. Told you.
Right after that, they
go camping.
What's your move?
Keep your fingers off my pieces.
I'm not cheating. That's not right.
Right after that, they quite possibly the most versatile vehicle on the planet. Meet the 2001 Pontiac Aztec.
Feel the electricity at Edison Field. The Yankees battle the Angels. Friday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Need more life in your nightlife?
Custard?
Friends not having much fun lately?
Don't you just love slides?
Take your friends to Pachanga, where fun is a full-time thing. Play bingo, poker, and Pachanga 21. Feast on fabulous food. Catch incredible concerts. California's best live boxing. Come, bring your party to Pachanga, just off the I-15 in nearby Temecula.
I could dance nightly just holding you tightly, my sweet. I could keep right on because you're so light on your feet. Let's dance forever, come on, say we'll never be through. It's so easy to dance with you.
Test your sports IQ nightly. Sports Geniuses weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
Aflac trivia. Tim Salmon needs 1 home run to tie Brian Downing's Angels career home run record. Who held the record before Brian?
He was a second baseman and he lives near you.
You betcha. He's a great golfer and a good friend. 154 career home runs. Downing has held the record since '87. There's Bobby. Man, he could play.
How about
he can really play golf now. I mean, he is one of the best baseball players now playing golf. Loves the game. Here's Tim Salmon to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Fastball misses, low, ball 1. Salmon struck out looking his first time up against Jeff.
Fassero's the veteran kind of pitcher that a team looks for to break a losing streak. Plus, this game means a little bit more to him, considering that if he does win, it will be his 100th. And look at those 2 right-handers. Brett Saberhagen on the right and Pedro Martinez on the left.
Salmon high, deep center field. Carl Everett back wall. He pulls it down just in front of Bob Boone.
He gave it a ride. That's the deepest part of the ballpark right there. Salmon didn't quite get it all, as he has plenty of power to get it over that wall.
Jeff Fassero to Garrett Anderson, and he rips it foul. Hey, yesterday, earlier before this game, you went down to talk to the umpires, and Ted Barrett, who's the second base umpire, had a funny story about Garrett Anderson dropping that ball in center field.
I'd like to stop in and check up on the great umpires of the game, and he gave me a great quote. As Garrett dropped that ball last night, it was a clank, all out, he just missed it. As he's run off the field, Ted Barrett was the third base umpire. Garrett ran by him and said, "Do you think anybody saw that?"
You know, that's a great sense of humor. And in baseball, you have to find a way of letting the tough times go. And GA did. And Barrett said he was just rolling.
And the umpires have a good sense of humor.
Did you think anybody saw it?
That's the thing about baseball players or professional athletes. When they make mistakes, it is magnified. The average guy goes to work, you know, only 1 or 2 people know about his mistakes.
GA went around. Now they'll throw to first base, and Garrett is a strikeout victim. He's second out.
Big curveball by Fassero. Keeps it down on Anderson and fooled him. And when the ball hits the ground with his 3rd strike, you're allowed to run. Garrett didn't realize that the ball got by him, and it was too late by the time he recognized it. That's tough.
So Fassero, cruising along, gave up a home run to the second batter he faced tonight, but has been rolling ever since. And he throws ball 1 to Troy Gloss. He's been really just getting by on average stuff, mixing that stuff inside and out, up and down very well. He struck out 4 Angels now. And that ball towering, fly ball to left field, and Gloss just missed it. O'Leary under it. That's the 3rd out. We head to the 5th inning here in Anaheim. The Angels trailing by 2 to the Boston Red Sox.
on your feet after all that work you missed.
Yeah, good thing my supplemental insurance kicked in.
Something what?
Aflac. Well, even the best health insurance doesn't give you cash to cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What does?
Aflac. Oh, sorry, buddy.
What?
Anyway, ask about it at work.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Ask about what?
I think for me, running into celebrities, I don't really find too much in it. You know what I mean? It's right. I'm much more compelled to meet people who I have a fascination with what they've done.
I think celebrities are cool, most. I mean,
I'm not saying that celebrities aren't cool. I'm just saying that I don't get too profoundly excited if I ever see one.
Yeah.
You know.
But what if you met that guy who invented Chevron with Techron?
That would be killer.
Yeah.
Impress your car. Use Chevron with Techron.
And you know, I have a killer screenplay.
Right, whatever.
That I'm wrapping up right now.
Tonight on Fox Sports Net. First, the National Sports Report at 10. Then it's the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report. And at 11:30, Jim Rome comes up huge on the last word tonight on Fox Sports Net.
And there's Wendell Kim, the third base coach for the Red Sox. He's a hard ball player in his day, and he hustles all the time. Always sprints out to his position, and this is his trademark. Here's a little reverse angle on Wendell. We'll get to backside as he chugs out there. He's a hustling dude, and I'll tell you, he brings a lot of life to that third base box.
Real Speed Track had him from dugout to third base coaching box in 7.9 seconds, which is really a full 2.5 seconds off of his best time.
Yes, he told me that, you know, he's been having a little leg problem lately, so he's having a hard time getting off that top step.
There was no real explosion from Wendell that we've seen in the past. Look out, Maurice Green. That ball knocked to third. Ross. Nice dig by Mo Vaughn. And there's the first out. Mike Lansing is out. Angels baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you in part by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you? By your local Southern California Mercedes-Benz retail center. Test drive and see the new 2000 models today. And by Miller. For the coolest stuff in the world, go to MillerGetTheGoods.com. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Bill McDonald with you at Edison International Field. Trot Nixon comes to the plate. His third time up. He is 2 for 2. Trot has broken out of a long slump. He was 1 for 16 and just 143 average in his last 3 weeks. His 2 hits has raised it from 283 to 288. This ball in there.
He has hit the ball hard during that time, but has nothing to show for it.
Hey, do you know 3 former presidents are here today?
Yes, I believe we do have 3 former presidents.
There's one of them. Johnson throws out Nixon.
And he took over for Kennedy.
Yep.
We try not to miss much up here as Keith Johnson's getting his first start at second base this year for the Halos, as Adam Kennedy will take a rest off the big left-hander.
And you see catching President Molina.
El Presidente.
Exactly. Breaking ball, first pitch to Scott Hatterberg.
So Weiss is getting several outs with his changeup. It's the pitch they've been popping up. He uses the same arm action and delivery with his fastball, and here's another changeup. A little bit up. 78, but you can see the grip he gets on that baseball. Puts it in his glove. He's got this circle change grip.
And Rex, He throws the 2-seam circle change grip. What is the action, 2-seam and 4-seam on a changeup?
Well, the pitch is designed to throw it just like you throw a fastball, but it takes some speed off of the pitch and it tails away. There's his sinking fastball. The changeup's a very effective pitch. And you change the miles per hour on the pitch by the way you hold the baseball. So you don't give up, and there he went to it.
Ground ball hit to Johnson. And after giving up the 3-run home run to Nomar Garciaparra, Matt Wise has come back to retire 7 straight Red Sox.
Every Hyundai comes with the freedom of America's best warranty plan. So for the next 10 years, instead of worrying about your car, worry about other things, like the SPF of your sunscreen. The Sonata from Hyundai.
Hurry in and get the Sonata with 0.9% APR financing now. Boston 3-1 over Anaheim. The National Sports Report featuring news, opinions, and highlights from a fresh perspective is next. Irvin's in trouble. Don King, an open mic on That Wild Man, and best fan catches immediately after the game on the National Sports Report. Jeff Fassero will face hitters 7, 8, 9, Benji Molina, Benji Gill, and Keith Johnson. Ball 1. Benji grounded out to third his first time up. See that batting average has really slumped in the second half. 195 since July 1st. From hitting 461 in May, and he gets that one foul into the Angels dugout.
Heads up.
But he's all right. And Hud, at this time, I want to say a big way to go to the Orange County Stallions, who captured the National AAU 10 and under baseball championship last Friday by defeating the Orlando, Florida Blast 11-8 in Des Moines, Iowa. Tom Nick is the coach in that baseball team, so congratulations, Orange County Stallions. Molina to right field, and that's a hit. It will be a ground rule double.
This is what Molina needs to keep doing to get his average back on track. Wait until the ball gets deep over the plate and then shoot the ball to right. That pitch was down. That was a great pitch by Fassero as Molina just went with it.
Oh, and his fan interference. So 2 bases for Benji. They would not give him the triple.
Now this is a big at-bat by Gill here. He needs to try to move the runner, advance it. Try to hit the ball to the right side.
And Fassero coming inside, really making it difficult for Benji to go to the right side.
Veteran pitcher knows what he's trying to do here. With nobody out, you can see the defense there. You want to try to hit the ball to the right side of the infield. Get the runner to third so you can score him on a sacrifice fly or a possible ground ball.
Benji showing bunt. Pulls back. 1-1.
So sometimes a situation like this, Gill gave himself one good rip to take on the pitcher. And because he missed it, now he might say, okay, I'm going to try to really work on getting the runner over. Bob Renicky, third base coach there. Lean and mean, ready to send him home.
If he can push that bunt on the right side, the first baseman Brian Daubach way back. Third baseman Sprague even with the grass at third.
You want to try to push the ball, because the left-hander usually falls off to the right side towards the third base line.
And that shot towards right field, it is foul.
Yeah, you could see him alter his swing to try to place the ball to right field. And what that tells the manager, even though it went foul, it tells the manager, Mike Scioscia, that he was attempting to get the runner over. So if the at-bat's not successful, at least he was trying. Those are the things the coaches look for.
Let's try the same thing here. Molina, a station-to-station runner at second base. Gill swings and misses, striking out. Fifth strikeout for Jeff Fassero in this game.
Well, he wasn't able to get him over. His pitch was down, tough pitch to handle. Middle of the game like this, and you're down a couple runs, you've got to be able to get the runners over. Play small ball, fundamental baseball.
This is Fassero's best game since he beat the Chicago White Sox on July 22nd, throwing 6 shutout innings of 2-hit baseball. He has allowed the Angels just 3 hits, and here comes Keith Johnson. He takes high ball 1.
It's his first start in the majors. He wants it to be a memorable one.
Keith, 28 years old, from Stockton, California. Was a 4th-round pick in 1992 by the Los Angeles Dodgers out of Pacific Junior College here in LA. 2-0. And Keith was hitting very well at AAA Edmonton. 304 average with Justin Bachman playing a lot of shortstop. Keith was playing second base the last 2 months.
He signed in '92. And I looked at his numbers. He had a big year in '95. 17 home runs, 68 ribbies.
3-0.
He's got some pop, and he also has stolen some bases. 91 stolen bases he has in his minor league career. He's got good hands and good speed and some pop, and he's looking for an opportunity. 3-0 count. He'll likely be taken here.
Fassero misses ball 4, so 2 on for Anaheim, and here comes trouble in Darren Erstad. So Veritek comes out for the visit with Jeff and how they want to approach Erstad, who lined a single in the right center gap in his last at bat. And Erstad really overdue. I mean, he was 1 for 19 coming into that last at bat when he lined that single. Last time Darren hit a home run was 3 weeks ago, July 18th against San Diego.
This is the first time the Angels have stolen 2 bases in a game since May. Erstad. May of '98.
Molina still at second base, led the inning off with a double. Benji Gill then struck out. Keith Johnson just walked. Second base on balls issued by Jeff Fassero. You might wonder if he is beginning to fade here, because he has been a 5-6 inning pitcher for the Boston Red Sox and Jimmy Williams.
Kerrigan's coming out, and there's some guys getting up in that bullpen and stretching and wondering who it's going to be. Kerrigan's got a nice lengthy talk going on here, and they're starting to stir out there. Rod Beck, Derek Lowe's their closer, number 32. It's not his time yet. Rod Beck has been activated. He's had some injuries. You might see what he can do. With Ron Gant sitting there on deck. Berrigan may not let him go past Erstad if he can't get him out.
Jimmy Williams needs a victory. He knows the New York Yankees won tonight 12-1 over the Oakland Athletics, and the Yankees 4.5 games in front of Boston and Toronto for first in the American League East. Fouled off 2-1. Fassero really roared back on that one, hitting one of his best fastballs of the night at 88 miles an hour.
But he had to make a pitch there, keep it away from Erstad, and he did.
Barron rips it to center field. Everett will run it down, and back to second base, Benji Molina.
Can't do much better than that. All you want to do is hit the ball hard. You can't control where it goes most of the time.
So Mike Scioscia needs a big hit with 2 outs from Ron Gant. Gant has given the Angels their only offense in this game. First time up. Got a pitch from Jeff Fassero who he really liked and knocked it out. He had 3 home runs in his last 4 at-bats. In his last AB, he struck out. Strike 1, and Ron didn't like the call.
Well, I'm not so sure that he's just not so upset at himself.
Look back momentarily at home plate umpire Tony Randazzo.
There's a split finger grip that Fassero shows.
Fassero came inside, then went away.
He wanted to get strike 1 on him in the worst way, and he did. Kind of sets up, gives him another couple pitches to buy.
Throws that split a lot to right-handed hitters. Veritek is called out by Fassero.
This is a big point in the game for Fassero. This man Ronnie Gant hurt him once in the game, and he can do it again, this time with 2 men on.
Jeff has thrown 71 pitches in the first 4 2/3 innings of this game. Gant has 3 career home runs off Jeff Fassero, and 2 are this year. 1 with Philadelphia and 1 tonight. 2-1.
There's a fastball at 90. Just pumped up a little extra on that.
Gant takes it high and tight. 3-1.
Count. He might try to trick Gant with an off-speed pitch. He doesn't have confidence in that fastball.
Ron checks his swing in time, takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Anaheim with Mo Vaughn coming up.
Fassero was hoping that Ron Gant went across the plate, but he didn't. He checked his swing. Fassero was begging there. Ask him, ask him. First base umpire Mike Fitzger says no, he didn't.
So now it's the guy who grew up with the Red Sox, Mo Vaughn, against Jeff Fassero. Bases loaded for Anaheim. Swung on and missed, and he was trying to hit it out on that first pitch to him. And Jeff did not give him the fastball.
Well, Mo's aggressive. Hatcher. Wow. That's a little early for him with that rally cap, but he's hoping for a big inning as he knows it's a crucial time whenever you get a veteran like Fassero on the ropes. 2 outs, you've got to put him away with a big slug.
Ground ball to first base. Dahlback has it. He'll take it himself, and the inning is over. So the Angels leave 3 in the inning, and Boston has a 3-1 lead over Anaheim.
The body has its own suspension. The engine has its own suspension. Even the 6-disc in-dash Bose CD changer has its own suspension. If you suspect there's a reason the new QX4 feels so smooth, you'd be wrong. There are many reasons. Imagine the ultimate luxury vehicle. We have the new Infiniti QX4.
His name's Danny.
Hi, Danny. I'm from Cox Business Services.
Oh, really?
It's about e-business. Got to compete in the net economy, isn't it, Danny?
Yes, it is.
I can help. Digital telephone, high-speed internet, all the advanced communications technology your business needs for the future. What do you say, Danny?
Okay! I'm coming down!
Cox Business Services. Plug in, do business.
Dream of being a superstar? MTV is offering someone from your area a night of champagne dreams come true, including airfare and hotel, star-studded schmoozing, a VIP party, and 2 of the hottest tickets to the hippest event around.
This is by far the most amazing thing.
Enter the 2000 Video Music Awards Wanna Be a Superstar sweepstakes. Call 1-888-VIP-PARTY today to enter. Brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Your world close at hand.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Again.
Boston has a 3-1 lead over the Anaheim Angels as we start the 6th inning of play. Good crowd on hand. We had 28,000 here last night watching that fabulous 2-1 victory, Ortiz over Martinez. And coming up, the Yankees Friday through Sunday. Then the Angels hit the road August 15th through the 23rd. Friday and Saturday on Fox Sports Net.
Be some big games, and it's not quite time for the rally monkey, but he is making an appearance.
The perfect hat. I think they've come up with a couple of new rally monkey editions that you can find downstairs at the Angels store.
Different colors?
Yeah. Matter of fact, my son bought one last night, and he was nice enough to buy one for his older sister, which is a crowning moment in our family.
Way to go.
Everett skies it in the air, left field. Darren Erstad. 1 out. Well, there was a base open, but the Angels chose to pitch to Nomar Garciaparra back in the 3rd inning, and a good breaking ball, but Garciaparra is just a good hitter.
Yes, he drove that ball. It goes down. Wasn't a badly located pitch, but this guy is one of the best hitters in the game today.
And it was his first hit in this series. We were talking yesterday how he may be a little bit nervous when he's got so many family and friends here from Whittier, California. His father, Ramon, mother, Sylvia, sisters, Monique and Yvette, and brother, Michael.
How could you tell he's nervous? Watch him. Constantly fidgeting, picking, pulling his wristbands, batting gloves, toe tapping.
Good off speed thrown by Matt Wise.
Very nice change up there.
Nomar grew up hitting the surf at Huntington and Seal beaches. Loved surfing. Also enjoyed riding motor scooters and parasailing. Just an all-sport guy. Wise will get him again with the changeup. And that is the 2nd out. So that Rex is now 9 in a row retired after the Garciaparra home run. Set down by Matt Wise.
Well, he's mixing him up. That good changeup's working. He's throwing his fastball. And he's taken him to the 6th inning so far. And this is really what they want. They want Wise to try to go as far into the game as he can. Bullpen had last night off. Not any of them got up in the pen. So that was a big breather. And then tonight, the If Wise can eat up a few more innings, they'll have an off day tomorrow as well. So thinking this is a real big time to rest that bullpen who needs the rest. Although they've been doing a great job, they just need a little bit of rest. 3 days would be perfect.
Ortiz only threw 109 pitches in his 9-inning complete game last night. Just outstanding work. Wise finding that fastball in the inside corner. 1-2.
I mean, Wise gave up a 3-run homer to Nomar Garciaparra on a good pitch. There's no shame in that.
There's that changeup again.
The Angel offense had a chance to bust Fassero in that last inning. They couldn't get the runs home. So Wise is doing a good job tonight.
Talked to Jared Washburn before the ball game as the Angels try and get their starting pitching together. Right now they're going with a 3-man rotation with Ramon Ortiz, Scott Schoenweiss, and Matt Wise. Kent Mercker, though, will start this Saturday. Jared Washburn said there's no structural damage from what they found in his shoulder. So they just said rest it for a while until the pain goes away, and then you can go back on your throwing program. But he said it's really frustrating because he has been in pain with that left shoulder since May, and he's pitched as well as he has. The Angels have used 23 pitchers this year. 12 have made starts. Hill, Bachfield, Dixon, Schoenweiss, Ortiz, Washburn, Mercker, Cooper, Etherton, Levine, Belcher, and tonight making his first major league start, Matt Wise. Oh, look at that. That is nasty.
Filthy. He is showing great command of a tough pitch to throw, the curve.
Matt Wise with his first big league strikeout.
The National Sports Report presents this sports break.
What's happening, everybody? I'm John Kelly with this sports break for the National Sports Report. Randy Johnson goes for win number 16 as the D-backs take on the Expos. Braves lefty Tom Glavine's looking for his 15th win of the year as Atlanta takes on Cincinnati. And don't miss a man that never met a microphone he didn't like, Don King, on tonight's open mic. We'll have that plus the entire day in baseball on the National Sports Reports.
Do you realize Ford has been making the best-selling truck longer than I have been doing these commercials? How is that possible?
Easy. Ford makes great trucks, like the Ranger. It's been the best-selling compact pickup in America for years. And now, during Ford's authorized clearance, your Ford dealer just made it even harder to beat. With as low as 0.9% APR or $1,500 cash back. Either way, you'll get the deal you want on the one and only Ranger.
Feel the electricity at Edison Field. The Yankees battle the Angels. Friday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
namaqabantshintsha kamva nje waseBloemfontein kwi-wrestling kodwa makhe siqale eMaritzburg Classic. Ifikile le mini inkulu madoda bekade kuthethwa ngayo khangela eminye indlela
strong performance, and Boston has a 3-1 lead on a home run by Garciaparra. Coming up tonight, it's the 11 o'clock Regional Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to Southern California's home teams. We'll have a story on Kevin Brown against the Cubs. Alvin Gentry, will he be the Clippers' new coach? And USC prepares for the Nittany Lions. Bottom of the 6th inning we go. Jeff Fassero facing Tim Salmon, and fouls it back and out of play, strike one.
Fassero dodged a huge bullet in the 5th. The Angels had him full and loaded up for move on. The hit dog as he hit a line drive on the ground to Dahlbeck. So Jimmy Williams will let him come back out and face a dangerous hitter in Salmon. You can tell Salmon is in a groove because he's not jumping at the plate. He's waiting until the ball comes to him. He checks his swing a lot normally. He's red hot right now. He's seeing the ball good.
Yeah, he went through a streak right after the All-Star break where he said he just was not seeing the ball well. We saw a lot of check swings. And then all of a sudden, the Angels went to Texas. Salmon hit a home run in each of the games in Texas. And since that time, he's just been on fire. Strike in there, 2-2.
That high curve.
Salmon hit his 25th home run last night. So the Angels now have 4 players with 25 or more home runs for the first time in franchise history. Foul back.
Salmon just fighting that pitch away. Didn't want to be called out.
Yeah, Jeff's fastball has actually gained velocity as this game has progressed.
Well, that is confidence. He worked out of a tough inning, the last inning. Then now he's coming out saying, all right, I can pitch. I'm going to beat these guys tonight. That's what a veteran does. If you don't get him out of there when you get the bases loaded on him, he comes back stronger. And there's a good fastball at 90. He wanted it.
So did Jimmy Williams. Let's see what Fassero comes with on a 3-2 count to the leadoff hitter, Tim Salmon. Tim rocks it to left field and deep. Number 222, tying Brian Downing for the all-time home run record in Angels history.
Salmon waited out his pitch. Fassero gave it to him. Ties the Angel record of Brian Downing with his 222nd bomb. There's Brian Downing. As Salmon is getting a standing ovation right now from this crowd. Fastball up, and he's got the power, and he's hot. Fassero knew it was gone.
Let's listen to the home run. Loud and gone.
Salmon. Crowd continues to cheer for Salmon. This is a good time for a curtain call for the Tim Salmon. He's really not the kind of guy that's going to go out and tip his hat to the crowd, but they are applauding him here.
We have a pitching change meantime. The Salmon smoking, and he hit it out. 26th home run, and the Angels 1 run closer. A 3-2 Boston lead.
If you thought being a student was hard,
He's trying to send Dana Poole home because she's not wearing a bra.
try being a teacher.
It's obscene.
It isn't obscene. You just have a problem with the female body.
Young lady, the female body. Harvey, look at those breasts. Harvey.
Look at you, perv.
From the creator of Ally McBeal and The Practice.
Is this to be popular with the boys? It's because I like dressing this way, Miss Davis. I mean, I like you as a teacher and stuff, but are you a nun on weekends?
Boston Public. Fox Fall.
To see what my heart truly believes. It runs deep, deep as any ocean. I'll ride away of faith and devotion. I got faith and devotion and devotion. Yeah.
You're there to do a job, you're focused.
This is a team. And no one person on the team is more important than the other.
You're into your job.
Got the whole world watching. The journalists. You want to get on the air, you got to bust your butt and get something special.
I got best seats in the house.
Tim Salmon is a very humble man. He sometimes is almost embarrassed by his success, but the fans, they roared, and I think his teammates finally gave him a shove, and he went out and held up a towel and said, thank you very much.
That is a curtain call, and you don't see it happen here in Anaheim very often. Look at Tim. He's turning bright red. But way to acknowledge the crowd here. These fans have watched Tim Salmon play for 8 years, and he tied Brian Downing for the all-time home run record there, 222. He deserves the curtain call, and the fans deserve to see him come up and acknowledge it. This is beautiful.
But Tim would tell you, kind of deflecting the direction, the attention towards him. All I did was cut the lead to 3-2, and that is important. Where the Angels are in this game, they have 2 solo home runs, one by Ron Gant, now one by Tim Salmon, and the Angels within 1 of the Boston Red Sox.
High fastball by Fassero, and Salmon just was waiting for it. Smacked that out of there in no time at all. Very nice short swing. He's red hot. You got to be careful with him. Up in the zone. That was a mistake.
Now the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox is Hippolyto Pichardo, who is from the Kansas City organization but has come up with Boston this year healthy after being on the DL with Kansas City at the end of his Royal stay.
You saw that low ERA. Hippolyto, he is nasty. He's got a good hard sinker, slider, and a split finger. And he throws everything hard. When his ball moves downward, he's got a big sink to it. He can be tough, especially against right-handers. His delivery's like 3/4.
And ball is smacked right back to Hippolyto. And 1 out.
I couldn't stand facing this guy when I played. He was so hard with that sinker, he'd break my bat every time. So as a right-hander, you really got to lay off of that pitch when it starts coming inside, because it is going to sink down off the end of your bat. You got Anderson on a split finger there. 3 good pitches. Boston desperately needs Pichardo here. He could be the go-to guy in the middle relief.
He will face Troy Gloss now, who has walked and popped up to left field. Strike 1.
You can see that. That last one was 94. When you have a heavy sinker at 94, you're going to break a lot of lumber.
Crack towards right field. It hangs up. Nixon makes a catch right at his shoe tops for the 2nd out.
Good break. The only way you catch this ball is if you get a jump the minute it is hit. And he comes up with a snow cone. You'll see him. Good break on the ball, and there it is. Right at the tip of his fingertips in that glove. Ah, souvenir. It's good soft hands to be able to keep that ball in the glove when you're on the dead run like that.
Now Benji Molina, he almost gets hit by a Pichardo fastball at 93.
He bores that sinker down on the right-hander's hands.
Knocked foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Gloss hit that ball hard, but he can't buy a hit right now.
The strength of the Boston pitching staff is first Pedro Martinez and second their bullpen. They have all done a remarkable job this year. Eric Lowe is their closer. Pichardo very quickly is moving into that setup role where when you need 3 innings of strong relief, he's usually the guy to give it to him. That is upstairs at 92. He leads American League relievers with the lowest earned run average at 185, but the Red Sox pen 384, leading the American League and only averaging 2.7 walks per 9 innings. That's Lowe, Rich Garces, Pichardo, Bryce Flory.
Starting pitching has been the problem.
Ground ball deep in the hole. Garcia Parra slinging from the side. Throws out Benji. The Angels are out. But Tim Salmon hits his 222nd home run and in his Angels career and cuts the Boston lead to 3-2.
Upstream.
burger, fries, and a Coke. Don't bother me. I'm eating. The charbroiled superstar.
At Ray Flattabo, Zuzu, you'll find the right car at the right price. For over 35 years, Ray Flattabo has been giving his customers the best price and the best service.
Come into Ray Flattabo today to test drive a new 2000 Isuzu, then drive home with a great deal.
Ray Flattabo also has over $1 million of ultra-sharp used cars and trucks, each with a certified inspection. So take a short drive to where the 5 and 405 freeways meet at the Lake Forest exit Irvine, and remember that name.
Flattabo. Dream of being a superstar? MTV is offering someone from your area a night of champagne dreams come true, including airfare and hotel, star-studded schmoozing, a VIP party, and 2 of the hottest tickets to the hippest event around.
This is by far the most amazing thing.
Enter the 2000 Video Music Awards Wanna Be a Superstar sweepstakes.
Call 1-888-VIP-PARTY today to enter. Brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Your world close at hand.
Test your sports IQ nightly. Sports Geniuses weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
The Red Sox with a 3-2 lead over the Anaheim Angels. Nomar Garciaparra, the last 5 years, has been one of the best shortstops in the major leagues.
This play is incredible. He makes this play as good or better than anybody I've seen from the sidearm. He gets so much on it from the side. Look at the determination in his face. Stop it right there. Keep going a little bit further. Look at that. Stop it. Look at. He is supplying so much power that way with all of his arm and his shoulder. That adds a lot of strain on the arm, but he can do it, and he gets it over there with a lot on it. Tony Fernandez was another player in his day, the shortstop for the Toronto Blue Jays, who could throw from the side like that. Also, Alfredo Griffin, he was good at throwing from the side.
Most of the times you want guys to come over the top.
That's right, but Garciaparra has his own style, and he throws a majority of the throws that way. Even the play up the middle, he turns his body in a way where he can wing it sidearm and throw a lot on it. Oh,
that ball is crushed deep right field. Foul.
Dahlback got all of that one. Matt Wise says, I'm glad it was foul.
Matt has retired 10 in a row.
Fastball in. You can see he got the head of the bat out a little bit too soon as he hooked the pole foul.
Again, he hits a high bomb to deep right center. Garrett Anderson at the wall. Pulls it down. 1 long out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Anaheim Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels. Well, Matt Wise has gone 6 1/3 innings. He has pitched a pretty strong baseball in his big league start. First big league start. There's a line smash just off the top of Troy Gloss's glove.
Well, if Gloss couldn't have caught it out there, no one else could, as he's at 6'4", and he had a good leaping effort. We'll check him out. Look at him. He has time to get his feet under him and get up and make a nice attempt. Just skimmed off the top.
So Troy will settle in and hope that Matt Wise can get a ground ball and the Angels can start a double play and get out of the 7th inning. Anaheim down by a run. More power at the plate, and Jason Varitek, he is 0 for 2. Wise has now thrown 90 pitches in the ball game. Ground ball hit to Gloss. Only play first base. They were sending the runner, and Varitek is out.
Oh, they were going with a little hit and run there.
More like a roll and run. Just kind of rolled that to Troy Gloss. So Wise right now 6 2/3. A pretty solid baseball. Quality start is 3 runs allowed in 6 innings, and he's gone 6 2/3. Made 1 mistake, and really it wasn't that bad of a pitch to Nomar Garciaparra. Breaking ball that was breaking away, and he just hooked it over the fence for a 3-run homer.
It's down below the knees.
Mark Petkaiser, Mike Holtz in the Angels pen. Strike one.
He really has good command of that changeup. He can throw that pitch on the outside part and inside part, depending on the batter. He's right-handed or left-handed. This is why he's in this game. He's got an effective fastball. That changeup is his pitch. You can see he's not overpowering. 86 to 90 he'll throw that fastball. The little slurve and the changeup have been the keys to him this evening.
Remember that quote from Christy Mathewson, one of the great pitchers of all time. He said, a pitcher's speed is worth nothing if he can't throw the ball where he wants to. To Christy, control was the first requirement of good pitching. We're seeing good pitching tonight. Swung on and missed. Christy Mathewson won 373 games in his career.
Wow.
In 1913, Mathewson only walked 21 batters in 306 innings. That's control.
That guy would be off the charts from a salary standpoint in today's game.
Matt Wise really tying up Mike Lansing, and he strikes him out. Has his second strikeout in the game. The Angels down by 1. The score is the Angels 2, the Red Sox 3. Now for a look at what's ahead on the National Sports Report after the game. Let's go to the Fox Network Center.
This National Sports Report Sports Break is brought to you by Top Flight XL 2000 golf balls.
What's happening, everybody? I'm John Kelly with this sports break for the National Sports Report. The Big D in Dallas could stand for depression as Emmitt Smith goes down in camp. Former Bruin Marty McSorley goes on trial next month, charged with assaulting the Canucks' Donald Brashear back on February. And don't miss a man that never met a microphone he didn't like, Mr. Don King, on tonight's open mic. We'll have that plus baseball tonight on the National Sports Reports.
I've always wanted to do this. He's not going to like that one. Look at this shot. No. Here's a shot. Let's zoom in on that one.
Top Flight XL 2000 exceptional spin. Titanium in the cover for explosive distance. Tungsten in the core for amazing soft feel. And Z Balata for extra spin. When it hits the green, it stops.
That's a gimme putt for the guy playing the XL 2000.
Top Flight XL 2000. Gets you there, keeps you there.
Is Tim coming over?
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah.
Is Matt?
No.
Now at AM/PM, ice cold 18 packs of Bud, Miller, or Coors are just $8.99.
They're all gonna come over eventually.
Now, the nightly sports show dedicated to hometown teams and highlights. The 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Southern California edition. Nightly at 11.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Boston with a 3-2 lead over the Angels. NFL preseason is coming your way on Fox Sports Net. The Vikings and Chargers Saturday at 6 o'clock. Ryan Leaf will make his quarterback debut for Mike Riley's Chargers. Dennis Green, the head coach of Minnesota, he wants to get a good look at Dante Culpepper and see if that young man will be his quarterback of the future. Looking to get the Vikings back to the playoffs. Well, they believe here at Edison International. They have seen some incredible comebacks this year. 27 comebacks by the Angels this year, including 15 in their last at bat. Orlando Palmeiro will pinch hit for Benji Gill, and he takes ball 1. Polito Pichardo still on the hill. Palmeiro hitting .316. Scored a run last night.
Good move by Sochi here. They need base runners. It's getting late. Palmeiro's a good slap hitter.
Strike 1-1.
He's got a better chance hitting him from the left side. Pichardo is very tough on right-handed batters. Big hole up the middle.
2-1.
As Garcia Parra is playing Palmeiro in the hole to the opposite field. Look at him over. Look at the size of that hole up the middle. Palmeiro sees that. As a hitter, when you step in the box, before you do, you look around and see what the defense is giving you.
Strike 2 and 2.
Palmeiro's good at working the count.
Orlando pops it foul. The Angels with Palmeiro, then Keith Johnson, then Darren Erstad in this inning. Erstad has hit the ball very, very sharply at his last 2 at-bats, a single and a line out to center. Orlando tries to flip it towards left field, but that's out of play. And that's Palmeiro again doing his job. Tough pitch to hit, so he just flipped it out of play and gave himself another chance for a Pichardo mistake.
He's a good example of a batter who does not waste his at-bats. Every at-bat counts, especially when you play off the bench and you don't get as many as like a Mo Vaughn. He gets to play every day. But what you want is a quality at-bat. Whether you make it out or not, you want to tell yourself in a pinch hit role, I want to have a quality at-bat. It helps you sleep a little easier at nighttime.
And trying to slap that to left field, and you see that Boston is defensing him perfectly. I mean, Troy O'Leary is what, Rex, about 80 feet off the left field line.
They are really swung around. You can see Garcia apart, but look at O'Leary out here in left field, way over here. He's on the line. Center fielder Everett's over.
Upstairs 3 and 2. Challenging with that 94-mile-an-hour heat.
With the rookie Keith Johnson on deck, you'll likely see Adam Kennedy come out of that dugout here, regardless if Palmeiro can get on or not. These left-handers have a little bit more success off Pichardo. This is just what you want to do, though, what Palmeiro's doing.
But if Palmeiro gets on, would they leave Keith in for a bunt situation?
It's possible. But these are the options that are available to Scioscia, and he has Kennedy ready.
He is working Pichardo well.
How about Rick Smith? I never knew he could move that quickly.
He practically dove out of the way.
Palmeiro focusing in. Concentration. Swinging at anything close. Nice.
Upstairs, ball 4. Great at bat by Orlando Palmeiro.
That is an excellent job of getting on base and milking Pichardo with some pitches. He saw several pitches, did his job, got on, and look at him. He's focusing now on being a base runner. With nobody out, they'll leave Keith Johnson in. You were right, Steve. He's going to bunt him over.
This way, Keith Johnson can stay in the game, and he may move to short, and they can bring in Adam Kennedy to play second base. They may want to give Kevin Stocker another day off because Stock's still coming back from that left hamstring strain. But Kevin told me before the game he said he would be ready to go on Friday when the Yankees come to town. He actually said he was ready to go tonight, but with Benji Gill making the start, Kevin said if he was needed, he could go late. Pichardo. Now to Johnson.
He's 1-3 to 1-4, and his time's going home. So that's borderline if Orlando wants to try to steal a base here. So he's stolen 2 this year, caught once. A lot of times the pitcher will throw to first base to see if his defense can sense that Johnson is going to indeed square around a bunt.
Bunts, foul.
This is the kind of pitcher that is a little bit easier to bunt than it is to swing all way off of.
Why?
It's because that sinker bears down and it comes down in on the right-hander. You want a ball that you can bunt on the ground. So you hit the top half of that ball and you're able to get the job done.
So that natural sink is giving you a little extra opportunity.
Yes, giving you a little help to get the ball down.
Keith gets it down. Pichardo looks second, only play first base, and almost double clutched and had everybody safe. Not sure if Lansing was late to the bag, but Pichardo double clutched.
All right, here we go in sync. Watch the fielders now. They're all charging. Sprague at third's coming in, but he bunts it right to Pichardo. Pichardo looks, double clutches. Johnson goes all the way and almost beats it out. Good hustle. Did a better job of moving the runner. These are the things you got to do when you're a middle infielder, a rookie, young. The manager expects you to do little things.
So now decision time for Boston's Jimmy Williams. First base is open. The walk one of the top hitters in the game, Darren Erstad, who has had 2 line drives in his last 2 at-bats. But you would bring the go-ahead run to first base with Ron Gant, a right-hander, coming up next. Erstad takes ball 1.
Jimmy Williams has nobody up in their pen because they have a lot of faith and confidence in Pichardo.
Tying run in scoring position, second base.
Throws fastball, has good hard sink to it, slider and a split finger.
Erstad 3 for 5 in his career against Pichardo. 2-0.
Jimmy Williams is well aware of the comeback potential of the Angels. They have come from behind 27 times to win games this year. Tremendous character.
Strike, 2-1. Christie spun that sideways.
Look at that statistic. Come from behind in 24 of the last 45 wins.
Darren lifts it in the air, center field, long run for Carl Everett, but he gets there and throws back to second base. He cannot get Palmeiro, so 2 outs now with Ron Gant coming to the plate.
Very nice break by Everett. As he saved that ball from dropping. Erstad took a big swing, but it jammed him. Got a little in on his hands, like Pichardo likes to do so well. Check it out. The minute that ball was hit, Everett was on the beeline for it. Didn't have to leave his feet as he got there in plenty of time.
Now Ron Gant, who has 3 home runs in this series already. 2 on Monday, 1 tonight. Giving the Angels an early 1-0 lead. Ball 1.
There's a heavy, hard sinker. Pichardo has a live arm.
Came up with the Kansas City organization as a starter. Now in the bullpen with the Boston Red Sox. 2-0 to Ron Gant. Ron now with 3 hits at Edison Field since joining the Angels. All are home runs. His first hit as an Angel was a single off Chuck Finley at Cleveland last Saturday. Cormier, I'm just wondering if Gant gets on, would Jimmy Williams bring in Cormier to face Mo Vaughn?
Looks like it here as Joe Kerrigan is trying to give Cormier a little bit of time to get loose.
Cormier, the only left-hander that Boston has in their bullpen.
Well, you have to use him. He's very effective in the opportune time as Mo Vaughn will be coming up. 2-0 pitch here. Kerrigan's talking to him about it.
So, Rex, you're Joe Kerrigan, Hippolyta Pichardo against Ron Gant. How do you work him?
Well, you want to keep the ball away, throw the nasty sinker that he has, 2-seam sinker, throw it in and down to the right-handed hitter Gant. Try to make him swing at high fastballs as well, but you don't want to put the ball out over the sweet spot, the nitro zone. Be very careful, Hippolyto.
The 2-0 to Ron Gant. 3 balls and no strikes.
Yes, he went with a little slider.
Vaughn waiting on deck. You give Gant the green light?
Sure you do. It's something he likes. He's a veteran. He knows how to do it.
Ron takes ball 4. He has walked twice in this game, and here comes Mo Vaughn. And Jimmy Williams had the left-hander Rael Cormier warming up in the Red Sox bullpen.
So now they're talking about it. It's decision time, and he's going, should I go? Should I not? I think I'm going to come out and get him. Yep. He made up his mind.
Well, Pichardo was his own problem in this inning, walking the leadoff man Orlando Palmeiro. Then the sacrifice by Keith Johnson, the pop-up by Erstad, the walk to Gant. 2 on, a left-hander versus left-hander. Cormier against Vaughn when we come back.
Merhabalar. Yapılmakta olan ulusal dalgıçlık olimpiyatları için güzel şehrimiz Diyarbakır'a hoş geldiniz. Evet, yarışmacımız Yaşar yürüyor. Yaşar hazırlanıyor. Mükemmel bir atlayış. Atladı. Çok güzel bir atlayış. Herkes şaşkın. Atlayıştı. Evet, omuz ve baş sallama. Evet, ve Yaşar görünüyor.
Scott? Who's the NBA's all-time leader in blocked shots?
If only every question was a sports question. Sports Geniuses, the game show that tests your sports IQ. Weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
Never deceive what my heart truly believes. It runs deep, deep as in the ocean. I'm right away, faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. I got faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. And devotion. Yeah.
Pichardo could not get that 3rd out in the 7th inning, so the inning continues. Boston leading 3-2. This Friday is another Big Bang Friday as the Angels take on the world champion New York Yankees at 7:05. Enjoy spectacular postgame fireworks courtesy of Energy Star and SCE. Tickets are going fast. Get yours today by calling the Angels charge line at 714-663-9000. Well, Boston with a 3-2 advantage. Rael Cormier comes out of the bullpen, and sometimes you play the percentages and sometimes you go with your gut, and I believe Jimmy Williams going with his gut, because Mo Vaughn against Hippolito Pichardo, the right-hander who he just took out. Mo is 0 for 12 against Pichardo. He has faced Cormier once and has a hit. Cormier, great control, though.
Yes, he does. He has 4 good pitches: a sinking fastball, slider, changeup, and a split finger. And he tries to get the hitters to chase his sliders. His changeup as well. So he'll be sweeping it away from Mo Vaughn.
Matt Wise right now the pitcher of record for the Angels, down 3-2. Orlando Palmeiro walked to lead the inning off. He was sacrificed to second base. Then with 2 outs, Ron Gant walked. That means Vaughn comes to the plate. And the crowd picks up here at Edison International. Vaughn left 3 on the base paths in the 5th inning. Grounding out to first baseman Brian Daubach. He does not want to leave 2 more in the 7th.
Cormier will be tough. A 1-for-1 career off him. And defense is pulled over.
Hit Mo in the chest. 1 ball, no strike. Vaughn has been hit by 11 pitches this year, tied for the most in the American League with Mike Sweeney of the Kansas City Royals.
There's a defense in Lansing playing a shallow right field out there. Cormier came high and tight with the first one to set up his slider away.
Mo swings and taps it right back to the mound. Cormier will throw out Mo, and the Angels' threat is gone. Vaughn has left 6 on base tonight. It's Boston by 1.
Gail? Elaine, how wonderful to see you.
So how's that handsome son of yours?
Just terrific. He's in criminal law. And how about you? I hear you're newly married.
Oh, yes, Vincent. He's fabulous.
Listen, around here, things aren't always what you'd expect. Like the Mercedes-Benz M-Class. It costs a lot less than you'd think.
He's in there all year long, screaming and carrying on. Angels, Lakers, even the King. And he's never been on skates in his whole life. And he'll be screaming at the players like he can do it better. Fool. Time you straighten right out.
Come on, they're coming back! No, they're coming back! I hope we're not too late. I'm so scared.
Vaughn to right field, and gone!
They're coming back, come on!
Erstad swings, and there it goes. Deep to right. This ball game is over. Darren Erstad is the hero tonight.
We missed it. I am never leaving early again.
Tonight on Fox Sports Net. After the game, it's the National Sports Report. Then it's the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report. And at 11:30, Jim Rome comes up huge on the last word tonight on Fox Sports Net.
Our Jack in the Box game summary. The Red Sox with a 1-run lead. Tim Salmon hits his 222nd, tying Brian Downing for the Angels all-time career record. Matt Wise strong. First start with the Angels, 3 earned runs, 7 innings. Garciaparra is the guy who right now has given Boston the lead with a 3-run home run. His only hit of this series. So Mike Holtz comes out of the Angels bullpen to try and hold things where they are and give the Angels a chance because they have 6 more offensive outs.
Well, he's going to face 2 left-handers, Trot Nixon and Scott Hatteberg. Lead off here for Boston. Top of the 8th inning. He's got a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He spots it in and away, and 2 different speeds to his curve. Matt Wise did a good job in his first major league start. Went 7 innings.
Kevin Stocker has been nursing that left hamstring problem. Stays in the game or comes in the game for Benji Gill, who was pinch hit for by Orlando Palmeiro. Stocker now hit in that number 8 spot. Trot Nixon takes ball 1. Nixon got hits in hhis first 2 at-bats, in the first and the third, and he would score in front of the Garciaparra home run in the third. Fastball misses low, 2-0.
So now 2 fastballs in a row to Nixon, both for balls. Holtz will probably try to drop that curveball in here, as that's his best pitch. He's calling for a fastball away.
3-0.
Normally breaks that curveball out right away off left-handers.
Holtz faced Nixon Monday and walked him. There's a strike. 3-1. See if he slips that curve in there here. Even with the 3-1 count, that is still Mike Holtz's best pitch, that curveball, not the fastball. Now he goes fastball. Nixon was fouled off of him himself.
He's thrown 5 straight fastballs. That's unusual.
So what are the odds right here that he goes curve?
Good chance. We'll see it.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
60%, 30%, 22%, 16%.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you at least 80 to 90% chance of throwing a curveball here.
If you see Molina's signs, now what do you think? 100%?
100% now.
Curveball hit back up the middle. Stocker has it. Kevin to his feet, doesn't have a play. Nixon runs too well.
Curve was not the real good curve, though. It was a little flat. Didn't quite have the normal bend because it's the first time he threw it. Hatteberg went after it. For Nixon. Stocker looking like he got to that ball well. His hamstring must not be bothering him.
Well, what do you say? It is every time, Rex. The new guy comes in, they hit it to him.
That's right. That ball will find you. So now it's Hatteberg. We'll see if he changes his pitching pattern against the second left-hander here. So Molina calls for that curveball.
Curveball, strike one. I was asking Kevin before the ball game about plays like that. When do you know when to throw? When do you know when to hold? And Kevin simply said, usually you know because of the batter. In that case, Nixon runs well. And when Kevin got up, a lot of fans might say, well, why didn't he at least make a throw? We looked down, and Nixon would have beat him. There's the bunt. The sacrifice perfectly executed. And now, let's see if Boston can score. The Angels unable to score after the same situation when they had the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 7th inning, sacrificed him over, and did not score.
Well, Hatteberg had a chance early in the game. I think it was the 3rd inning where he had runners on and no outs, and he didn't bunt. But here he shows he can. It's late in the game. Jimmy Williams wants some insurance. Mike Scioscia's going to start out to the mound here. And that'll be it for Holtzen.
So he wants Mark Petkaisen. Holtz faces 2, gets 1 out. Nixon with the infield hit. And Mike now leaves the game for the right-hander. The Angels down by a run, 3-2.
Jeff? Which U.S. hockey team has won the most Stanley Cups?
If only every question was a sports question. Sports Geniuses, the game show that tests your sports IQ. Weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
First, he took on the Terminator. Then, he raised the Titanic.
I gotta go. Where?
Now,
It's a secret.
has he got a girl for you?
Girls kick ass, says so on a t-shirt.
You got a bad attitude.
Come on, you're not even trying.
James Cameron invites you to meet.
I know who you are. I know who you're running from.
Dark Angel. Foxfall.
He's in there all year long, screaming and carrying on. Angels, Lakers, even the King. And he's never been on skates in his whole life. And he'll be screaming at the players like he can do it better. Fool.
Time you straighten right out.
Boston has a 3-2 lead over the Anaheim Angels in the top of the 8th inning. The Angels going with the M&M boys tonight. Matt to Mike to Mark. Matt Wise with the start. Mike Holtz took over in this inning, and now Mark Petkaisen. There he is, the Angels setup guy, now with Troy Percival on the disabled list, and Hasegawa is the closer. 4-2 the record, 4.72 their earned run average. And tell us what Mark throws.
He has a good sinking fastball, nice little overhand curve, and a very good changeup. So he has good command, and he throws strikes. Only walked 17. 53 in the 3rd innings. Hasegawa, Petkaisen, Al Levine, Mike Fury, These are the guys who've been stepping up for the Halos all year long in middle relief.
Nixon at second base. Carl Everett coming to the plate. He is 0 for 3, flying out to deep center, hopping up, flying out to left. 1 hit in this series. But this guy with tremendous power, 27 home runs this year. And that leads Boston. Good pitch by Petkazik. The changeup, strike 1.
That's Petkazik's bread and butter, that changeup. So he wastes no time and throws it to the left-handed batter Everett, as that changeup will dip down and away and underneath the left-hander's bat.
Strike 2. And it will be interesting if the Angels, Petkazik, can get Carl Everett if Mike Scioscia chooses to intentionally walk Nomar Garciaparra, even though a left-hander would follow. But Garciaparra, they pitched to him as last time or in the 3rd inning, and he hit a 3-run home run. He's the difference in the game. Everett good as a switch hitter both sides. 351 right-handed, 304 left-handed. And he is 3 for 4 in his career against Petkazik. Ground ball hit to short. Stocker goes to first, gets his man there, and the runner advances. Trav Nixon to third base.
There's 2 outs, and it's decision time for Mike Scioscia. With the base open at first, he has the opportunity to walk the slugger Nomar Garciaparra, or pitch to him here. And Bud Black, they're talking about it right here. And here it says, here he goes. He's going to put him on. Watch him. I bet he says all 4. There you go.
Yep. Sparky Anderson used to have a comment that was, don't let Superman beat you. Superman for Boston is Nomar Garciaparra. Sparky said one time Willie McCovey just was wearing him out for years, and Willie said, go ahead and pitch to me. Come on, just one time. Sparky did. McCovey hit it out, and he didn't care. From that time on, every time McCovey came to the plate, he'd hold up the 4 fingers, put him on. I'm not going to let Mac beat me.
Well, this is the 9th time. Actually, this will be the 10th time he's been walked intentionally all year. That leads the Red Sox.
And what Mike is doing is, even though there's a right-hander in the mound, Petkazik, and a left-hander is coming up in Troy O'Leary, one guy's hitting 135 points higher than the other, and he's now at first base, and O'Leary, who's at 251. But that changeup has been very effective with left-handed hitters this year for Petkazik.
It's a good move by Scioscia.
Nixon single. Advanced in the sacrifice, went to third in the ground out. Garciaparra just reached on the intentional pass. O'Leary has flied out twice and struck out swinging. Strike 1.
It's a changeup. 2 for a strike. That's the first changeup, though, he's thrown in the strike zone. Sinker away.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Keep the ball from out over the plate if you can help it. So Leary, he can hit that ball up.
They play Troy straight away in the outfield. Molina giving those signs to Petkazik.
That changeup.
Hit high in the air center field. This should be the final out of the inning, and Garrett Anderson takes care of it. Nice job by Mark Petkazik. And the Angels down by a run. Guess who's coming up? Tim Salmon with a chance to go on top of the home run chart.
Do you realize Ford has been making the best-selling truck longer than I have been doing these commercials? How is that possible?
Easy.
Ford makes great trucks, like the Ranger. It's been the best-selling compact pickup in America for years. And now, during Ford's authorized clearance, your Ford dealer just made it even harder to beat, with as low as 0.9% APR or $1,500 cash back. Either way, you'll get the deal you want on the one and only Ranger.
Is Tim coming over?
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah.
Is Matt?
No.
Now at AM/PM, ice cold 18 packs of Bud, Miller, or Coors are just $8.99.
They're all gonna come over eventually.
If you thought being a student was hard,
He's trying to send Dana Poole home because she's not wearing a bra.
try being a teacher.
It's obscene.
It isn't obscene. You just have a problem with the female body.
Young lady, the female body. Harvey, look at those breasts. Harvey.
Look at you, purr.
From the creator of Ally McBeal and The Practice.
Is this to be popular with the boys? It's because I like dressing this way, Miss Davis. I mean, I like you as a teacher and stuff, but are you a nun on weekends?
Boston Public. Fox Fall.
The Last Word, tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
The Angels have their hottest hitter up to start the 8th inning, Tim Salmon. He has improved his hit streak to 17 consecutive. And here's the 6th inning, Tim, with home run number 222, tying Brian Downing for most in Angels lore. And he got the curtain call. It took him a while to come out. And finally, his teammates said, "Come on, Tim, go get him."
Well, Jimmy Williams is not going to mess around with Salmon this time. He is bringing his #1 closer in here in the 8th inning in Derek Lowe. As Lowe throws a fastball, curveball, slider. It's the first time the Angels have seen him in this series as the Red Sox have been behind.
Derek Lowe, you see his outstanding control, 15 walks to 55 strikeouts. He's got Salmon, Anderson, Gloss in this inning. If anybody gets on, Molina, Stalker. New third baseman comes in the game, Manny Alexander, taking over for Ed Sprague, giving him more range at that position. That ball's knocked up the middle. Garciaparra will not reach it, and another knock for Tim Salmon. He's 2 for 4 in the game. Angels baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you in part by General Motors, makers of Oldsmobile, and by Jack in the Box, where we will make it till you order it. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Bill McDonald with you at Edison International Field. Another whale of a ball game, a fine pitching performance by both sides from Matt Wise, who started the game, against Jeff Fassero. Now Garrett Anderson.
0 for 3, he's due.
Lowe is really tough to take deep. Only 5 home runs Derek has allowed in 62 innings this year.
Good sinking fastball. Keeps the ball down.
And he will get a lot of double plays turned behind him. Garrett Anderson, 4 to 6, 2-3, and there's one of them.
That sinking fastball, do it every time. So 1 pitch and 2 outs. Little backhand flip, Lansing over to Garciaparra, and whips that ball to first. Man, that he can throw hard.
Now Lowe against Troy Gloss. He went fastball and a 4-seamer right down Broadway, a bit high, 1-0. Breaking ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And Jason Varitek, who's the catcher for the Boston Red Sox, says he is so confident in Derek Lowe that he said if Derek was a starting pitcher, he'd win 20 games. Look at that sinker.
That's really a good pitch.
Derek Lowe came over from the Seattle Mariners. That ball smoked past Garcia-Parra into left field. So Gloss comes up with a 2-out base hit.
Waited for the sinker up and got it. He feels good. There's a smile. All right. It's good to get a hit. Feels good. We'll see it here. Straight up out over the plate. Hit the top half of it. Good try by Garcia-Parra.
So the Angels have the tying run on first base with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Benji Molina now the batter. He doubled in his 3 at-bats. That was back in the 5th inning. The Angels loaded the bases in that inning with 2 out. Move on. Grounded out to end the frame.
Gloss getting a little respect from Lowe. Stole his 11th base early in the game.
What kind of times does Derek Lowe have to home?
He's 1-3 to 1-5, so they can take it. Have to pick the right pitch.
Troy does not go. Pitch misses. Ball 1. The Angels with a record of 59 and 55. They've won their last 2. And they have received help in the wild card race tonight as the Oakland A's lost badly to the New York Yankees 12-1. And Toronto lost as well to Kansas City 5-3. The Angels started the night with a half-game lead on Toronto in the wild card race in 3rd place behind Cleveland, and Cleveland won. That ball smoked in the alley. Racing back O'Leary. He'll pull it down. The Angels 2 hits in the 8th inning, but cannot score. It's 3-2 going to the 9th. Boston.
Creator of Sex and the City asks the question, who's smarter?
I say let us put man and a woman together to find out which one is smarter.
We don't want your money, Mr. Wall Street.
Tell me what you want. I'll give it to you.
Equity.
Some say men, but the women of today smarter than the man in every way.
Would you get over yourself? It wasn't so great.
That's right. The woman is smarter. That's
The Street,
right.
Fox Fall.
That's right.
Want heart-pounding highlights? You got it. It's death-defying, car-crashing, fist-flying action. Video that'll blow you away. Think you've seen it all? You gotta see this. Saturday nights at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Hi, everybody. I'm Guard Swanson, and check out what we're working on tonight for your 11 p.m. Southern California Regional Sports Report. Ex-Pistons coach Alvin Gentry comes to town to join the long line of Clipper head coach interviewees. Plus, we'll report from USC football practice as the Trojans prepare for the Kickoff Classic. So, for 30 minutes of nightly sports news 100% dedicated to Southern California home teams, stay tuned for your 11 p.m. Regional Sports Reports.
Your wish has been answered. She's on TV. Boston, though, with a 3-2 lead, top of the 9th inning. And the Angels will have a chance to watch the 11 o'clock Regional Sports Report after this ball game. Kevin Brown going for L.A. against the Chicago Cubs. Alvin Gentry, will he be the Clippers' new coach? And the Trojans prepare for the Nittany Lions in that Kickoff Classic that's coming up at the end of this month. Angel highlights, of course, this game. Game 3 of this series. The Angels have won the first 2 4-1. Last night's wonderful one to watch, 2-1 victory. Ramon Ortiz against Pedro Martinez. Mark Petkazik drops the hammer in there. Strike 1 for Brian Daubach. It'll be Daubach, Ed Sprague, and Jason Varitek.
Petkazik be working that changeup away on Daubach.
Ground ball hit to third. Loss. 1 out. And with that defensive change with Manny Alexander in for Ed Sprague, it's Manny now coming to the Batter's box.
Manny's going to do his best to try to fight his way on base, a lot like Orlando Palmeiro did earlier in his pitch hit appearance.
Manny Alexander, now 29, from the Dominican Republic.
He's bounced around a little bit. Started with the Orioles.
But this is his 6th year in the bigs league. Last year he was with the Chicago Cubs at 271, played well for the Cubs. Was once thought of as a successor to Cal Ripken Jr. at that shortstop position, like so many others.
That's right. His name was being mentioned, but
you were one of the others. There are so many. I mean, Cal, what was 82 to 99? You were once an Oriole shortstop.
Played a little second base, but it was fun. I got to turn a double play with Cal Ripken. Something I'll never forget.
Yeah, not too many people were going to be replacing him.
Nope. Guys are keeping the ball down.
But of course, you were drafted ahead of Cal, and you will always hold that over his head.
It's my only claim to fame.
Now your job is catching hot dogs at the ballpark. Here is the 3-1. That ball is struck well deep left field. 4-2. Manny Alexander, wow, hitting like Cal Ripken.
Wow, that's the last thing Petkovic expected. A 206 hitter with 1 home run this year. And he hit that ball a long ways as he sat on it and got it.
Only his 2nd home run this season, and all 6 runs that have scored tonight have come from home runs.
Well, let's see this. Petkovic says, I'll challenge you. And look at Manny even gave him a hop. He hopped out of the box. He knew he got it.
Fouled off, strike 1. So the Angels now need 2 to tie. And in the bottom of the 9th inning, they will have hitters 8, 9, and 1. They'll be Stocker, Keith Johnson for a pinch hitter, then Darren Erstad. A chopper hit to second base. Johnson throws him out. Veritek shaking his head because he is now 0 for 11 in this series, and the Angels really tying him up with off-speed pitches throughout this series.
Manny Alexander is going to make it even tougher on the Angels to come back with that solo shot that was hit deep in the 2nd-tier bullpen back there. Now he's telling his teammates about it.
That ball roped to left field. Base hit. So Mike Lansing has his 2nd hit of the game. The Angels at one time had a 1-0 lead, a solo home run by Ron Gant. But Nomar Garciaparra hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd. The Angels came back to make it 3-2 on Tim Salmon's solo shot. But a solo home run by Manny Alexander, of all people, has given Boston a 4-2 lead. Here's the guy who's hot to trot Nixon. I mean, the Nixon tapes of this game will look very good. He's 3 for 4 in the game.
Yep. Tapes will tell the story.
In the dirt, blocked beautifully by Benji Molina.
The 2 hits given up by Petkovic in this inning were sinkers that were up in the zone. Home run to Alexander and clean base hit to left field by Lansing.
Boston trying to end a 4-game losing streak. The Angels on a 2-game win streak after losing 5 in a row. That ball hit right back to Kakaisa. This will be the last out at the top of the 9th inning. But Manny Alexander with a huge insurance run, a solo home run to left. But Darren Erstad will be coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
下一则新闻是今天下午进行的中原总决赛，大家都在观看着、等待着这一个激动的时刻的到来。这位选手他已经做好准备了，大家报以热烈的掌声。他已经做好了准备活动，2个眼睛紧紧地盯着这棵树，他正在做着准备活动。他先向以前的长者行着礼。
Fuzzy Zeller's Wedge Tips video free. That's right. If you call right now, we'll give you Fuzzy Zeller's Wedge Tips video with secrets from Masters and U.S. Open champion Fuzzy Zeller with 16 top tour and teaching pros. A $39.95 value. Free. But that's not all you get. What if there was a way to improve your score by 2 to 4 strokes per round? The mystery why you missed the green 80 yards and in can be yours absolutely free in this revealing video that gives the physics of why your wedge shots come up short or offline. This video exposes the shocking truth with never before released information showing how technology has changed in the last few years, and no one but PGA Tour players have taken advantage of this vital discovery until now. What's their secret? Now you can find out. Free! Finally, a breakthrough in technology that could take as many as 4 strokes off your game and leave you on the green, not in the hazard. And the best thing is, it's free. To make sure you receive both videos, you must call now. Don't get caught short in a hazard. Call now.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Here's the inning by inning. The Angels with a 1-0 lead on the home run by Gant and a 3-run shot by Garcia Parra in the 3rd. The solo blast by Salmon and a home run by Alexander. It's 4-2. And the National Sports Report featuring news, opinions, and highlights coming your way next. Irvin's in trouble. Don King, you get to listen to that guy, and best band catches this year. All on the National Sports Report right after the game. Derek Lowe will face Kevin Stocker to lead things off, then Scott Spezio, then Darren Erstad. The Angels with 27 come from behind victory. Stocker's job, get on base any way possible. And Lowe threw him strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looking for runners anyway. A walk or a knock, anything you can do to get on. Lowe with that good sinker. Curveball and a slider.
Check swing, 1 and 2. And Lowe has been their save man this year with 24, leading the ball club, the top 10 in baseball in saves this year. Detroit has the best in Todd Jones with 32, but he blew a save against the Angels with a home run. Kazuhiro Sasaki and Billy Koch of Seattle and Toronto with 27 saves. Then John Wetland with 26. Jason Isringhausen with 25. Tied with Troy Percival and Mariano Rivera. And then Derek Lowe. Scott Spezio hoping that Stocker is on before him. Scott has been the Angels' best pinch hitter along with Orlando Palmeiro this year. Inside corner, strike 3.
A sinker that ran back out over the plate, just froze Stocker. It started inside. He thought it was going to be a ball, and it ran back over. Very nice pitch.
And now Derek Lowe will have to face Scott Spezio. And only one current Angel has ever hit a home run off of Derek Lowe in 86 at-bats. And that guy is standing at the plate right here, Scott Spezio. 4 home runs in his last 25 at-bats. Scott's job, just get on base.
So Lowe knows,
run to the plate.
That's right. He knows Spezio likes the fastball, so he starts him out for the curve. Keep him off balance.
One and 1.
Lowe's telling himself to stay down and stay through it. Spezio likes hitting home runs here at Edison International Field. Out of his 12 homers, he's hit 10 at home.
Scott gives that bat a whack upside the head, it seems like, as if to say, come on, get a base hit here. See the ball. Lowe just struck out Kevin Stocker. Has the count his way 1-2 to Spezio. Chop to the shortstop, Nomar Garciaparra, 2 outs. So the Angels down to their last out, and they will send their leading hitter up to the plate against Derek Lowe, and that is Darren Erstad. Erstad 1 for 4 in the game. That was a line single in the 3rd inning, lined out in the 5th, popped up in the 7th inning with a man at second base. Ball 1. Boy, Lowe has started each Angel inside. That's the first time he's not thrown a strike.
Likes to show the curve first.
One and one. Mickey started the rally. Count. Two and one.
Lowe wanted that pitch a little bit more out over the plate. He wasn't happy with it. I want to fall behind and have to face that guy, Ron Gant,
who has 3 home runs already in this series. Cracked up the middle and speared by the pitcher. Lowe underhands to first base, and Boston takes the last game of this 3-game series. The Angels win the series 2 victories to 1, but Boston takes this one 4-2 the final score. Jeff Fassero gets his 100th career victory in his big league career. Our Gatorade player of the game, Nomar Garciaparra. It was his 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. The only hit he had in the series, but it was the difference in the game, Rex.
Sure was. He's a big player. They need him to come up strong, but Matt Wise, making his major league debut tonight, went 7 strong innings for the Angels and didn't do too badly.
Gave up just 3 runs. The last run came off Mark Petgeisik. So we'll come back and talk more about this game as the Red Sox beat the Angels 4-2.
What my heart truly believes. It runs deep, deep as in the ocean. I'm right away of faith and devotion. Faith and devotion.
If you thought being a student was hard,
He's trying to send Dana Poole home because she's not wearing a bra.
try being a teacher.
It's obscene.
It isn't obscene. You just have a problem with the female body.
Young lady, the female body. Harvey, look at those breasts.
Harvey! Look at you, perv!
From the creator of Ally McBeal and The Practice.
Is this to be popular with the boys? It's because I like dressing this way, Miss Davis. I mean, I like you as a teacher and stuff, but are you a nun on weekends?
Boston Public. Fox Fall.
You're there to do a job, you're focused. This is a team. And no one person on the team is more important than the other. You're into your job. You got the whole world watching. If you want to get on the air, you got to bust your butt and get something special. I got best seats in the house.
Jeff? Which U.S. hockey team has won the most Stanley Cups?
If only every question was a sports question. Sports Geniuses, the game show that tests your sports IQ. Weeknights at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
The Boston Red Sox win the final game of this 3-game series with the Anaheim Angels, 4-2 the final score. Jeff Fassero wins the 100th in his big league career. Matt Wise gets the loss, but Matt pitched extremely well. Steve Fiziak along with Rex Hudler, and talking about Matt Wise, he's the 23rd pitcher used by the Angels this year, the 12th to start. But Matt Wise, 3 runs allowed in 7 innings, and you liked his changeup a lot.
Certainly didn't hurt his chances of staying in that rotation, as he used a very effective 2-finger changeup that had offensive players of the Boston Red Sox guessing. Good fastball, but not overpowering, and a nice little slurve, a little tight slider.
But the Boston Red Sox won because Nomar Garciaparra hit this 3rd inning home run.
You could see the ball was down, but you know, Garciaparra is one of the best hitters in the American League, and he's not going to miss it, as he has been down this whole series. But Salmon, he came up to tie Brian Downing for the all-time record of home runs, 222. A big moment, but it was the home runs that really made the difference in this game.
No question. And Tim Salmon now with a 17-game hit streak, the longest in his career. The Angels will have tomorrow off as they take on the New York Yankees Friday through Sunday. And Rex, that's going to be an important series because the Angels still in the wild card race with the ground they have made up early this week.
Yes, and they're playing tough, and they've shown a lot of character this year, and they're not afraid of any team. They can beat any team they believe that comes to town.
They have had 3 quality starts in this series with Washburn, with Ortiz, with Wise tonight. And there's the wild card race. Cleveland by a 1.5 games. The Angels 3.5 behind the Oakland A's. We'll come back and wrap it up here at Edison International Field, where Boston beat the Angels.
First, he took on the Terminator. Then, he raised the Titanic.
I gotta go. Where?
Now,
It's a secret.
has he got a girl for you?
Girls kick ass, says so on a t-shirt.
You got a bad attitude.
Come on, you're not even trying.
James Cameron invites you to meet.
I know who you are. I know who you're running from.
Dark Angel. Foxfall.
He's in there all year long, screaming and carrying on. Angels, Lakers, even the King. And he's never been on skates in his whole life. And he'll be screaming at the players like he can do it better. Shit, fool. Time you straighten right out.
The Angels with again strong pitching in this series, from Jared Washburn on Monday, Ramon Ortiz last night, Matt Wise tonight. 3 runs allowed in 7 innings, but they will lose the final game of this 3-game series with Boston, 4-2 the final score. So for Rex Hudler, I'm Steve Fiziak saying so long from Edison Field, where the final score is 4-2 Boston. Be sure to join us again Friday night as the Angels host the world champion New York Yankees. Coverage begins at 6:30. You've been watching Anaheim Angels coverage on Fox Sports Net. Now we take you to the Fox Network Center for the National Sports Report, followed by the 11 o'clock Regional Sports Report. Again for Rex Hudler, I'm Steve Fiziak saying good night, everyone.